so fun. Got some more people coming in here soon. And my wife will be here soon, so she'll help keep it lively. Right? Oh, good. Seems like my audio is coming through. I was having a lot of problems with that last time I streamed, it's been like 6 or 7 months ago. I gave up in frustration after 20 minutes because I just could not get my audio to work, and I've been working on it the past couple hours. Seems like I freaking figured it out. How are all two of you doing today? Tonight. Everyone else is out partying and having a good time, or whatever the fuck people do on a Friday night, and here we are sitting in front of our computers. And I only vape because I don't smoke in the house. And yeah. So I only have half of a vagina. Not a full vagina. Oh, phone. Yeah, fair enough. I usually watch like morning live streams on my phone while I'm outside having a smoke and such. But usually I do this on Sundays, so like John and them will be on, but I think he's at work. So I'm going to have to keep this torch going until Georgia gets home in about a half hour. She's pretty good at keeping me on task and on focus. But I wanted to kind of get this going early in case I ran into any problems like I did last time, and I could fix them before she got home. Because, I'm going to talk about some things with the studio. Another thing I'm going to do, too, but that's not so music-oriented, so I'm really just going to touch up on that really lightly. And, it'll probably devolve into gaming and stuff. Truth. Some people like to suck on robot dicks. A lot of other people like to suck on real dicks. Oh, wow, I just figured out what you meant with the vape and the robot dick. Wow. I is a smart one. So I've got one person that's talking in chat. Who else is on here? No. Oh, 2 people. My goodness. I am popular tonight. 3 viewers. Well, I better slow down on that. I'm going to get wasted before anything. And I've got shit to do tomorrow morning. I can't get drunk. Not that I say as much. I can get drunk real easy. I was out with friends last winter for memorial for a friend. And we bought this coffee mead and more mead and just random beer I think we just had later on the house. We took that all with us. And I haven't drank really more than a beer or two in years before that night, and I drank that, like, both bottles of mead. I shared a little bit of the regular honey mead, but the coffee mead was all mine. I drank all that, and shots, lots of shots. Like Daniel's wife brought this like hot apple pie shots or something like that. I can't remember exactly. Just lots of booze, and I got fucking like alcohol poisoning pretty much, and I don't remember a lot. Like I remember like it's not so bad, but I do remember I had to take a piss before we left, and I was pushing up against the wall outside, and I guess I was pushing really hard, and Georgia, my wife, had to push me as hard as she could back on it before I fall backwards, peeing up into the air and stuff. So we want to avoid that tonight is really what I was trying to get at. So, yeah, but fuck it. Just beer though, no mead. I've got mead in the fridge, but... Right? Yeah, I don't really drink a lot. Like, I'll have a beer or two. Like, when the kids are gone, like, most of the kids are at Carl's house, their dad. So, it's just me and Kaylee right now, and she's upstairs watching Land Before Time in her room. So, she might make an appearance, she might not. Hopefully not. It's 9 o'clock, I'm hoping she's asleep. And then Georgia is technically off work now, but she'll stay until she can, like, clearly go. And then she'll come here and help keep the conversation going. Oh, well, thanks for stopping by, Kiva. I appreciate you at least, like, saying hi. It's been a while. I'm sorry I haven't been on Mike's streams in the morning. Well, morning for me. Because I've been working pretty hard in the studio lately. So it's been hard to really just kind of make the time to get on. I'm going to try to more this weekend, because I don't have a lot going on this weekend, and I think I'm going to take a break from recording and writing, because I've been going like 8 hours a day plus doing just that, let alone kids and stuff too. So, but yeah, shit, you gotta work in 4 hours. Ugh, that's gonna be a long day. But thanks for stopping by. I miss talking to you. You were a cool cat, or whatever the saying is. I live in a house and don't go out much, so... Uh-oh, I stopped talking. I'm not as skilled as John is with just rambling on and on about everything and nothing. Like, my days are pretty boring for the most part. Like, I work, of course, in the studio. Good night, Kiva. Thanks for stopping in. But, yeah, my days are mostly comprised of, when I'm not working in the studio, is just making meals for 5 children and making sure they don't kill each other. Cool cat. Oh, shit, John. You're in. I'm in your Discord if you want to join chat. But she is totally a cool cat. Hey, Daniel. He is also a cool cat. But yeah, John, I'm using your Discord for voice just because more people are on your Discord and I'm kind of a slut. So I was just like, well, more people will see, hey, someone's live, so I'll jump in there. Because I was going to do like a restricted, but I thought it'd be more hilarious if I just let it open. Oh, that's cool. I thought you were at work. I was not even expecting you to get on or anything. But that should make it a little bit more interesting. John will definitely help keep the conversation going. That man could just tell stories and stories and stories, and we have a lot of history. So we'll probably reminisce on that. So I'll probably drink a little bit more, because then I'll get really like, remember that one time where something vagina? He'll know what I'm talking about. Truth. Cats are the worst. Though, honestly, when I have 5 kids, so actually a dog is a lot worse for me. And that's just mostly because the dog needs as much attention as the kids do. So it becomes problematic. So I almost wish we got a cat instead, because you can just kind of ignore a cat and it'll most likely ignore you too. Unless it like throws up on your shoes or something. Ooh. I'm sure I'll interrogate you about the catastrophe when you get on VC. That sucks. Calling in sucks. Well, I mean, calling in sucks most of the time when you have to do it. When you call in just because you want to call in, we're all guilty of it. There's 2 types of people. People who call in for no reason and liars. I was actually really bad about that. As actually Daniel can tell you, when I was a young lad, I would call into work all the time just because I felt like I didn't even do anything. Like, I would just call in and just sit around and do nothing, or we would just go out and do nothing. Or we just go to, like, Daniel's mom's house and eat all their food and drink their coffee and get yelled at, smoke cigarettes out on the porch. Good times. Get your ass off the couch. Yeah, I can see you through the camera. Yeah. That bitch. Yeah, I suppose. It's been a long time since I've owned a cat, so I'm really just kind of talking out of my ass. I have a job like that now, but that's because I'm my own boss. So I I don't really get to call in per se though, because I just work when I can, and if I want to take the day off, I do. But I mean, I also don't really make any money yet, so it's not like, oh, I'm losing money. It's just like, I'm not making in any way. Really? I mean, God, we were throwing butts in those bushes for like 4, 5, 6 years, perhaps, give or take. Like, at least when I was around, like probably longer, I'd imagine. We really should have got one of those ashtray, like the ones they have in front of restaurants and stuff. The one you just kind of, I think we just dump it out. Of course, none of us would ever dump it out probably, and it would just get full, and we'd go back to throwing it into the bushes. Now I wish I smoked in the house. I really want an actual cigarette. This vape just doesn't really trip my trigger. At least 6 years? Yeah. Oof. Good times, though. Yeah, I was also contemplating, because I figured I'd probably be just talking to myself for a while about, like, playing World of Warcraft while bullshitting, but I don't think that'd be any more interesting. You're smoking. Oh, smoking while pooping while watching my live stream. Well, I appreciate it. I love the visual I now have going in my brain. And I'm replying to all you guys as soon as I see your message. Some of you that don't do a lot of live streaming or watch a lot of live streaming, there is a bit of a delay between when I actually say the words into OBS and then when it sends it to YouTube and then the communication. So there's always a delay. That's why I usually use Discord to talk to people, so that way we can have a real-time conversation. Yeah. If more people wanted to talk, I mean, I'm sure Like Daniel, I would totally obviously trust you with John's Discord. I'm one of the moderators on his Discord, so you're a cool guy, so I'm sure he'd like you too. I think you've met John before, but it was like 10 years ago, give or take, so you probably don't remember. It's back when I was in that band Slaver Nation. I'm sure we'll talk about that too when John gets on voice chat. I've got a kid over at their dad's house still texting me. I keep telling her that I am voice on streaming and I can't talk on Messenger, and she's still sending me messages. Hey John, what's up? Sweet. I don't think your voice is coming through on YouTube. Yeah, I'm listening to that right now. Let's find out. Yeah, it's not, because now I see me investigating. So since you're yeah, I'm not hearing you. Walk me. How do I get Discord's audio? It's desktop audio, right? Okay, so let me. Yeah. I wonder if would it just do it like that? I think I got it. I just had to switch it back to the Kratos, my audio driver, because I could see. Yeah, I could see your waveform. Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on the bar, and so our voice is like about the same distance away. Yeah, let's see. No, actually, it's still not going through. Like, OBS is picking you up, but it's not going through to stream. Right? I'm just... Or... Oh, I think I need to add another audio output, right? It's just... It's been... I apologize, everyone. It's been, like 7 or 8 months since I last streamed, so I did some homework before I started, but apparently not enough. And I had it working before, but I got a different microphone now. Confused the Jacob is very much, yes. We'll get it working here in a second. I apologize. John's the expert here. Do I add another source? Mm-hmm. Yeah, on the mixer? Are you talking about the mixer or the sources? Because yeah. Yeah. Uh, Main desktop audio? Should it be audio output capture then? Alright, I tried audio output capture. Let's see if that works. Because, see, I don't have any of those. I have audio input, audio output, browser, color source, display capture, game capture, image slideshow, Intel, RealSense camera, green screen, which I don't have one of those, media source, scene, text, VLC, video source, video capture device, and Windows capture. You recognize some of those words. Alright, high definition. That's my monitor. I think so. Yeah, that's what I was doing, because I was I had, it may not be the right one. I'm gonna try. Yeah, it's definitely not. I'm still got okay. I tried a different one to see if that worked. Right? Right. Come on. Come on. It didn't work. I'll try this setting. Just the sources. Because on mine, I have the microphone, which is the blue snowball I have. What You Hear, which is Sound Blaster Recon. Microphone, Sound Blaster Kratos, which is my speakers. And then the microphone for the camera. Which obviously I don't want to use that either. So... yeah. Yeah, I see. Mine just says desktop audio, and then I see your voice going. Yeah. Yep. Monitor. Audio. No. Under desktop audio, it just has two bars, two waveform bars essentially, but they're not actual waveforms. But all right, see you later, Daniel. Sorry it didn't get more exciting. John apologized, but no one can hear him, so. Should I disable streamer mode on Discord? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, on desktop audio. I'm on advanced audio properties right now on that. Yeah. Yeah. They all say monitor off. Okay. Alrighty. We got. Oh, we're back down to. I had 6 viewers for 2.5. I ruined it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, it didn't work. Okay. Alright, so on that, I wonder if I put this on 2 instead. Put you on channel 2. Say something just so we can keep record. Right? Mm-hmm. Oh, properties. Oh, let's go back to this one. My bad. I had it on the wrong one on that too. Right. I'll, do I even have that as an option? No. I don't. Mine's default microphone, which is my Blue Snowball. What you hear is a Sound Blaster Recon 3DI because I have external speakers. Microphone, Sound Blaster. Oh, that's microphone. Didn't work. Let's try just default. Let's see what that works. That is strange. I've been getting a lot of brownouts today. Yeah, just like my lights will flicker, like my entire house. Yeah. Like I have a UPS in my gaming rig, so it's not a big deal. But it's really annoying. Truth. Oh wait, here we go. Let's... I just put 2 of them on. I'm running every audio option at the same time, and we're gonna see what sticks. Right. Yes, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. Is like I'm just gonna shotgun this, throw everything at the wall, and I'm running out of ideas. Oof, that didn't work either. Well, I'm gonna try speakers. All right, I'm literally going through everything at this point. I just wish there wasn't so much of a latency. Losing. Right. I promise people who may still be there or not, we are going to talk about like Darbyskull Studios and stuff. I'm just doing some technical work. Right? I'm putting everything on monitor and output. See if that works. I'm half tempted just to pull my earbud out and just have the speakers carry your voice over. Yeah. The stream one. Yeah, because I thought that might have been it too. Oh, that's... Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do.
Like, fade it over to that one. You know what I mean? I don't know if that'll make a difference, but it's just a fucking...
Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do.
Like, once you make the changes, you know what I mean?
Idiot.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
Screen one. Yeah, because I thought that might have been it too.
I hope that... Did you do it now?
Yeah, now we're just waiting.
Okay. Now we're just kind of waiting.
Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do.
Like, fade it over
there
to
it
that
is.
One. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll make a difference, but...
There we go. Oh,
all
my
right.
God.
Holy shit.
We probably had it right the first time. I didn't transition.
It sounds like there's a few of me.
Yeah, I'm gonna
so we might need to, like, try to figure out which ones. I'm going to turn my OBS off now.
Alright, I am going to remove this one.
Okay.
Transition. Right. Hold on, I'm just baby steps here. Okay, so I turned off the wrong one. It's okay. I know what I'm doing now. I think I had it right the first time. Okay, so move
I guess I should probably keep talking. I keep forgetting about that. I keep stopping to listen to see if it's working. It's like, you fucking idiot. It's not going to work if you ain't saying anything. It's like, I'm listening to hear my own voice that isn't going to happen because I stopped to listen to my own voice. That doesn't make any sense.
I think I got it. Well, I can hear my voice in my earbud too.
Okay, well, I just heard me laugh. Probably keep talking. I keep forgetting about that. I keep stopping to listen to see if it's working. Fucking idiot! It's not going to work if you ain't saying anything. It's like, I'm listening to hear my own voice that isn't going to happen because I stopped to listen to my own voice from my room, isn't it?
What?
The reverby sound of me. It's coming from That's what I thought.
So I thought about bringing everything into my studio because I've got it all acoustically treated and everything, but I didn't want to set it up with OBS. Like I have this kind of working as it is.
Oh, and make sure that you have YouTube muted now.
I do.
So you have YouTube muted now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Because that'll come back through the desktop audio as well, and it'll just be like an endless fucking loop. So it just when you're talking, there's a weird. I'm hearing like 2 or 3 of them. Yeah, I was.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Oh, you're good.
The camera.
Just make sure any video of the stream that's playing on YouTube on the screen, make sure they're all muted, and then shit. Let me. It would help me more if I was actually like there and I could like see what is going on instead of like trying to like guess. And also stream that's playing on YouTube on the screen, make sure they're all muted, and then loud. You can change my volume in Discord, and that's going to obviously affect. It would help me more if I was actually like there and I could like see what like is going on, what comes through on, through onto the stream.
Yeah, I think I got it all figured out. Am I echoing on yours?
I can still hear me talking right now.
Yeah, I didn't do anything to your audio. I got rid of an extra audio I had on there for some reason on the sources. And then okay. I changed my monitoring around because now that I know what I did wrong, I just didn't transition when I made the changes. So I just assumed
you made the change, so you kept turning more things on.
Uh-huh. Okay. And then I didn't transition. I forgot you have to transition every time you make a change, and that's really not intuitive at all.
Okay, now. Okay, yeah, now it's starting to sound way better.
Okay.
Like it's starting. Yeah, now I'm hearing it, and it's like sounding a lot better.
Okay, I got it figured out. Yay.
Yeah, so basically you just kept opening shit up, and you never transitioned any of it. And then when you finally transitioned, you had a gazillion things on.
Yeah, it's like echo.
Yeah, that's why as soon as it got going, I was like, wow, we're in fucking limbo. Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Now I know what to do. Hopefully I'll keep live streaming so I won't have these problems. Because it's just been so long, I forgot how to do all this stuff.
I said that to Analia too. I was just like, well, apparently she literally just woke up. She was up late as shit last night, and she just, well, it's not, as late as it is for us. It's only like, what is it, like 2:30 in the afternoon right now, or tomorrow over there. So, but she was up like super late. But yeah, she just woke up and messaged me, and I was like, "Oh, Jacob, like just went live, just like a second ago." So like, I'm gonna like tune in for a little bit and show him my support because he hasn't streamed in like friggin' months.
It's been like 7 or 8 months since I last did a live stream.
Been about as long as my last video.
That's
so
about right.
Really...
And Georgia will be here soon too. She should be off work here any minute.
Okay.
And then we'll just talk about shit or whatever. And I'll probably eventually get to talking about the studio, but I was expecting possibly people, and I'm sure I had people because I had up to 6 viewers at one point, but troubleshooting this probably ruined that.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, but you're like me. It's like once you start to try to fix something, you start to kind of get, a little, not really obsessed with it, but you're just like, I must finish what I started.
Right.
I must figure this out. I must overcome this. I do the same thing.
Oh, I need someone to get me a beer. Georgia needs to get back.
Start texting her like, hey, as soon as you walk in, before you relax or sit down, can you swing by the kitchen?
I have a really big nose. Like, I'm looking at the preview, and it's just like, wow, that thing's massive. Hey,
Oh,
Safi.
yeah. The preview, because your like head's like turning sideways. You don't have a big nose. It's like proportionate to the rest of you.
It's just so big. It's like a beak.
A beak.
Just start eating seeds off the ground.
Well, I always think that my nose looks really big when I like see my side profile and stuff, which I don't see a lot.
Okay, so your nose isn't really big. It's kind of on the whitish side, but I wouldn't even say like it's
Yeah.
wide. It's just like if you were to give it a name, I would say wide more than big. But not like put a wide load on it or nothing like
wide
that.
load.
Wide load. To make sure you have an escort in front and behind your nose.
when I turn around.
Beep, beep. No. We haven't shut down traffic on this intersection yet.
Oh gosh.
I don't know if you heard me, Saf. I saw your message. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
She's at Carl's, so she decided to jump
sweet.
in. So what happened to your house?
Oh, well, so at some point, the water heater decided to start leaking.
Oof.
And which sucked because like my landlord had said that it wasn't that old of a water heater. He said I thought it was new, or at least new-ish. Well, today he told me it was about 3 or 4 years old, and I was like, oh, well, that's not as new as I assumed when you told me it was new, because when you tell me new, I just assume it's fucking new.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. I mean, and so like I like texted him, and he didn't even get the text until I don't know, sometime later in the morning, where he was all the way up in Streeter, and so he texted back, and then finally he calls me at about like I don't know, it was like 9:30 or 10 or something like that, and he's like, all right, well, I'm on my way back to town, I'll be there in about 20 minutes. And I'm like, all right, cool, and he shows up and he looks at it and he goes, well, you're in luck. And I said, why is that? Because my water heater has been leaking all friggin' night, and I have a watery mess,
So lucky.
Yeah, how is that lucky? And he's like, well, I just bought a brand new one of these about a few days ago. He was at Menards, I guess, and he owns like 10 more properties, or 10 total, I think, or something like that. And so he's like, this isn't my first rodeo. So when I saw this at Menards, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy another one. So he did. So he's like, I have a brand new one sitting down the road in my other garage. And he's like, I'm going to go grab it and I'll be right back. But the thing is, what was not cool is that he saw the state of my yard, which has not been mowed in a while. And it was almost 2 feet tall.
Oh, damn.
And yeah, it wasn't just a little bit long.
To get through there?
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, he's like, yeah, this is just kind of unacceptable. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. He's like, the only reason why I'm not more mad is because your house is pretty clean. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, I told you and I was like, the yard would be done too, but my lawnmower crapped out on me. And so like this friend of my mom's was going to mow it for me. Well, he did it once. Well, then he ended up getting a new job working at like a pig farm, so he couldn't do it again. So I asked if he could fix it for me. He couldn't do that because he didn't have time. So I tried to fix it, and in the process ended up yanking the cord out of it. Oof. So I was just like, I'm done. I'm done with this lawnmower. And so my mom was like, well, you can borrow mine. It's an electric one, but you can borrow it. And this was like at the end of last week, right? And I'm like, okay, good, because I'm going to be off for 3 days. Sweet. I'll get it mowed this weekend. It's not supposed to rain a couple days. All right. Well, then I'm like, well, when can you bring it? She's like, Tuesday. And I'm like, I'm off Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and you can bring me the lawnmower on Tuesday? like that still does me no good, because my yard is like got like monkeys and banana trees and like all kind of, it's like literally like almost up to my knees, and like I don't even know how I didn't get a fine, but I did find out why I didn't get a fine. It's because the owner of the bar next door to me, the cop came in there and was talking about my yard, and because he was the one that does the fines for that.
Yeah.
And the owner of the bar next door, who I've talked to and been cool with, said, well, he just moved in there. His mower took a crap on him. Don't give him a ticket. He's going to get on it real soon. That's why I didn't get a ticket. And then I got it mowed today because the landlord went and took me to this other place, and the same place he got the water heater from, grabbed his extra lawnmower and gas can and brought it over here. He's like, I need this to be done today though, because I don't want to get a ticket, and I don't want you to get a ticket. And plus it like reflects on me and you. And because it's like you because you live here, and me because I own it, and I haven't made you do it, kind of thing. So he's like, I need this to get done today. So like, I literally was out there for hours, like it's a little yard, but I was out there for hours just because it was like 2 feet tall.
Hours.
Dude. And you know me, like I don't have nice, cool clothes to wear. Like, I mean,
no, you wear like basically denim tarps over your body.
Dude, I had I was outside mowing for hours in a black t-shirt, black jeans, big tall black boots, and I had my hair tied back at least. That was the only thing I had going for me. And it was just so friggin' hot out there doing that shit. And then the thing is that I'd have to like take like 3 steps forward and then pull it back, and then do like 3 steps forward and then pull it back because it was so tall.
Also, hi Amy. Sorry. There's an Amy in my chat.
Hello. Hola.
All right, continue. I just wanted to acknowledge her existence.
No. You're good. But yeah, so that was what happened. So like, there was the having to deal with the whole water heater issue, which now I have a new one.
Awesome.
And yeah, and the mess is cleaned up. And also my yard is mowed, and I still have my mom's electric one. So I took his back to him, and I was like, okay, in a couple of days I'll do it again, just because it was so tall, so like all that long grass that kind of got, I was going slow, but some of it's still going to spring up here and there, so
right.
I'm gonna redo it in a couple of days.
Yeah, I just mowed my yard like not even a week ago, and I've already I'm in desperate need to mow it again.
Yeah.
And I should have done it today, because it's the first non-rainy day we've had in like 3 years or something.
That's
like
what
that.
I was going to say.
And
Stop raining.
Didn't, because I'm sick of mowing already, and it's not even summer yet.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that like it's just been raining every day, like every single day.
And it's supposed to be right back at it for the rest of the week, or next week, I think, too, starting tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah.
The weather changes like on the daily, so it's hard to really keep track.
Well, at least for me so far, because I'm about 30 minutes south of you, but like, a little less than that, but you know what I mean. But like, for me so far, the weather keeps saying that Sunday is going to be not rainy. It's not going to be great outside, but it's not going to be raining. So I'm going to take that as my day to go out there, especially since it's an electric lawnmower, and I don't want to have a 100-foot board drag it. Yeah, it's my mom's, and I've never used an electric one before.
Me neither. I didn't even know they were really a thing.
Yeah, well, I don't want to be out there dragging because I got a 100-foot drop, and I don't want to be dragging that around in the yard if it starts raining.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm pretty sure that a lawnmower carries a little more juice through it than like a hairdryer or something. So,
you will probably die.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't want to be walking around out in the yard if it starts to sprinkle. So,
or it'll just give you like a massive hard-on or something from the electricity.
I don't know about that.
You know it's true.
If that were the case, I wouldn't have any of those plastic safety covers on any of my light sockets or my plug sockets there. Just be like getting all dangerous and like dip my dick in a glass of water and start rubbing it on the socket.
Oh, I pictured it. Why? What have I done? I wanted to sleep tonight.
You put the shit in my head. I wasn't even thinking about it. You told me.
That's what happens when you talk to me. It gets weird and sexual pretty quick.
Yeah, I know. I was just sitting here like, oh, I don't want to mow the lawn and get electrocuted and die. You're like, oh, let's turn this sexual.
How can I make this about fucking?
exactly.
That's how it works. Yes. It's great. Like, I remember when I first moved into this house and like was introduced to the kids. I have a pretty dirty sense of humor and no filter, as you know.
Yeah.
So I used to just say shit like that all the time, and they would just get immediately like, "Oh God, what do you do with a penis?" And now I just be like, "I fuck your mother in the ass," and they'd be like, "Yeah, whatever, shut the fuck up." And
Go fuck yourself.
yeah, go fuck yourself. Actually, I don't believe you. Oh, like I remember when Safi used to get embarrassed whenever I did anything loud in public, and now I have to tell her to be quiet.
It's funny how that works,
Right?
I heard you say that you were not smoking in the house again.
Yeah, vaping, and I mean, I like vaping well enough, but at this point, I want an actual cigarette, and I don't want to step outside for 15 minutes while I'm live streaming to have a cigarette. So
see, that's my thing. That's why, like, when I'm streaming, lately, because at first when I was doing the streams, and I would kind of step over to the side of the room, and I would like turn the camera around. I would try to smoke over by the door,
yeah,
in the living room here, but then like I started just saying fuck it, and I would just set an ashtray down here next to me, and I would just sit here and just smoke. And I'm like, damn it, I need to quit doing that. I mean, I need to just quit smoking is what I need to do. Like,
yeah, I need to as well, but I'm not going to, at least not now. I love it too damn much. It's my one thing I get to do.
Well, and I'm watching you over here like vaping, and I'm over here like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like,
it doesn't.
like smoke.
I mean,
so bad.
it kind of takes a little bit of the edge because I got the nicotine one, but it's just not the same. I mean, if I was really, really wanting to quit, totally, I would just go to vaping for a while, and then I'd probably just stay vaping. Quite frankly, I like sucking on things.
Oh yeah, I got something. It's not gonna taste like candy or chocolate, but I mean,
Oh well, some white chocolate maybe.
oh boy. Yep, there it is. Sexual again.
Yeah.
Never fails.
And I was even thinking before I started the streams, like, all right, I'm not going to talk about the booty hole. I'm not going to talk about anything too profane. I don't want to swear too much. But then I said, wait, I'm not getting paid. Fuck that. Like, if I ever got to the point where, like, I was getting paid, I would totally be like no swearing and stuff like that. Like, on my live streams and stuff. Because, you know,
Yeah.
I don't agree with the rules. But you know what? YouTube's the one that makes the rules. So if that's what they say...
Yeah, I know.
Like, but I'm not making any money, or hell, I've only got like 31 subscribers. So you know what? Fuck.
I got a few more the other day because I was watching Mike. He was streaming, and he hopped over into my VC. Same thing you just did. He like hopped over into my Discord instead of his own, and started using my live channel. And so I was like, all right, cool, whatever. So I hopped on and started talking with him and stuff. And originally he was talking about the video that he had just done about the Madeline McCain thing and whatever.
Yeah.
He was talking about that.
I need to watch it. I haven't really been on YouTube like for the past 2 weeks. I've been working like nonstop in my studio.
Yeah, I wasn't really on for a bit there either, just because I was doing other shit. But yeah, I like hop on there, and the thing is that he had streamed earlier, and then he had a premiere for the video, which was where you do the premiere and you're live watching it with whoever is on, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And so he did that, and then he started. Then he started another live stream, which is the one that I hopped on.
I think I saw that popping up on my phone actually.
Yeah,
but, that was late. Wasn't it pretty late in the day? Like,
yeah. Well, for me, it was. I think it was about like 1 o'clock or so, or
in the morning?
somewhere in there. No, in the afternoon. So for him, it was like super fucking late.
Yeah, it was like that would be like in the evening for him.
Well, for him, I remember around the time the video was, or around the time the stream was ending, it was about 6 a.m. for him. and he had been drinking all night. He already streamed, premiered a video, and then started streaming again. So it gets a little later into the night for him, and I'm just sitting here chilling, talking, whatever.
Was he drinking?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is that he was drinking. Well, I kept telling him, I'm like, because he kept kind of putting his head down into his hands. I'm like, don't do that. You're going to fall asleep.
Fall asleep on stream
again. Don't fucking do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. He's like, no, man, I'm not going to fall asleep. I'm like, yeah, you are.
Right. We've seen it happen.
Yeah, I know. As soon as you start to get comfortable, I was like, don't get comfortable, because as soon as you start to get comfortable, you're going to fall asleep. You are to that point. It's like 6 a.m. You've been drinking all night. You've already streamed, premiered a video, then streamed again. And the video was like over half an hour long, you know? So it's like, it wasn't just like a short little 10-minute premiere. It was like, this was another half an hour worth of stuff. So it was a little more than that. But anyways, so he ends up walking off, and he leans right up into the microphone, and he's like, I'll be right back. And anybody who watches horror movies knows that when you fucking tell somebody, I'll be right back, you're not. You go off into the room and you never come back. You know, that happens in all fucking horror movies. So anyways, he doesn't come back, and I can't change the music. And the only thing, then, hi, Georgia.
Hello, Mrs. Darby.
So anyways, then he never comes back. So all of a sudden we see a pink robe walk into the room. And everybody was just like, hey.
Oh, was he doing that trap thing again?
No.
Hi, Genevieve.
It was his mom. His mom walked in, but we didn't know that it was her. We thought it was him until she leaned down, and it was like right in front of the camera. And we were like, oh shit, that's his mom. And then she's like fidgeting around on the table. And I'm like, oh good, maybe she's going to turn this off. But she didn't. Instead, she heard us talking and the music playing through the headphones. So she took the headphones and laid them down on his chair, and then and then she put a pillow over it so they couldn't hear it anymore. And then she turns off the lights and leaves the room. So the only thing you see now is an empty chair and a white microphone in the dark. And my voice talking, because I was the only one that was on the stream with him. So it was my voice with an empty seat and a microphone, and everybody that was new popping in there thought that that's just what the stream was. It was him playing like this music it wasn't like, God damn it, I can't remember.
Was it his stuff? Like his?
No, it was something else. No, it was something else. And it was this other music playing. I can't think of what it was, but it was that music playing. And now it just keeps going, like just keeps playing songs by these people that, and then it's my voice, and then an empty chair and a white microphone in the dark, and people were thinking like, what is this shit? You know, like the stream says it's about this, and I'm like, no, it was about that. Like they were getting mad. They're like, I'll report this to YouTube. This is copyrighted music, and blah 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 blah. I'm like, no, calm your nuts. It was a video about what the title says. But then when me and him started just bullshitting later on, he forgot to change it. So it's still called that now. And then he walked in the other room and passed out because he's been up, and it's 6 a.m. and he's already done a stream and then a premiere and now another stream. So yeah, he fucking fell asleep. I'm sorry. I can't change the music. I can't stop the stream. And then Sarah actually got in there and changed the stream key. And that's what turned it off finally.
That's not a bad idea. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, well, she had access to his YouTube account, because the only other way to turn it off is to actually shut OBS off.
Right.
But she couldn't do that, obviously, because that's on his computer. So, but he did give her access to his YouTube account. So she logged into there. Yeah, it's kind of a bluish light.
Well, I'm right next to my gaming computer, and it's all blue RGB, so blue LEDs. I guess it's not RGB if I just have it on blue. I can change the color, but I have to take off the glass, which I need to do anyway because it's all dirty and shit.
Oh, the whole point of that entire fucking story was that where am I at now?
We were talking about Sarah turning it off by changing the key.
I have gained 7 subscribers from that.
Oh.
Just from that day.
So I just need to kind of hang out when he falls asleep on his streams and just
just
hey everyone.
Yeah,
I just like to go on long walks on the beach.
But it was cool. I mean, there was a lot of cool people that were on there, and I ended up getting like 7 people that like subbed to me, and then some of them, like a couple of them, popped into the stream last week actually.
Oh, that's cool.
And then there's
you got off right when I woke up last Sunday.
Oh yeah,
that's a problem. I need to start just going to bed early on Saturday night.
Well, I don't know. I sometimes I'll feel like going a little longer, then sometimes I'm just kind of like,
Well, like when nothing's going on. Like yeah. I don't think this is gonna be a 3-hour stream or anything of that. I'd probably be on for another hour, maybe. We'll see what happens and stuff too, but yeah. I don't expect this to really my last ones where they were like 3 or 4 hours long, but I'd have like 10 people on watching and stuff. So.
Yeah, well, it's like last week, like just randomly, all of a sudden, everybody at the same time took off. And I was like literally when it was like getting close to the end, like right before I decided to just call it. I was just like, at one point it was just me, and I was like, what happened? What just happened? but now I also have like a bunch of people that come in just to dislike my streams. Like
I know. Every week. Too.
Every week.
Like you'll have like 5 or 6 people just dislike your stream.
I had 9 on the last one.
Yeah, I've got 2 likes right now. Oh boy!
It shows me 3.
Oh, maybe is not updated. YouTube's not very good at like keeping numbers correct.
Stuff,
yeah, just in general, like numbers are never correct. Nothing is correct. Even the stream isn't technically correct. It's like 30 seconds behind. The fuck, YouTube. It's here.
My streams ever since I came back after my last
sweet
being in YouTube jail, they reset all my settings, and so like now my lag is like less. I don't know what happened, but my lag is less than it used to be. Like my delay.
Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe maybe when you get to a certain number, they like I don't know.
Oh, now it says you got 4. Oh yeah, I'm gonna dislike you.
No, don't.
Just so you what it feels like.
Feels like sadness is what it feels like.
It does. It sucks.
Georgia, could you give me a beer? I drank all my beer. The Killians. I drank it all, and I've been puffing on my vape, wanting another beer, but I don't want to get off my seat, because what'll happen is I'll get up to get a beer, and then 20 people will get on, realize there's no one in the camera, and immediately get off. That'll happen. I'll be like, I'll see the spike, because I'm watching the statistics right now, and I'll be like, the fuck?
Yeah,
you'll come
back and see it way up here, and then come back down, yeah.
Oh, Saf, you gotta go to live chat, you gotta go to the top of that and go to live chat, not, what's the other one called?
Top chat.
Yeah, you don't want to be in top chat, you want to be in live chat.
It should start you on live chat, not on top chat. I think that's stupid.
Agreed.
If you want to go to top chat, it should start you on live, and it should give you the option to go to top chat.
So I can hear Discord, and it doesn't, yeah.
She just get home and start asking all kinds of questions. What is going on here? No, I'm just playing. Don't tell her I said that.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
I'm gonna wait till she gets on.
Anyway, she can always like go back and see the video anyway.
Yeah, I'll probably publish this because it's not too obnoxious. Mostly just boring, honestly. But if people want to watch me ramble on for the first 45 minutes trying to get the Discord audio to come through, only to realize I forgot to hit the transition button.
Yeah, and then as soon as it does, I'm talking about sticking my dick in a cup of water.
and then trying to fuck like something electrical. Like, oh, that's right, I forgot we were talking about that. Here at Darbyskull Studios, we like to fuck electricity.
Yes.
Literally.
Because that's metal.
It is so fun. It is really metal. Maybe country. I feel like that could be country.
Country
Yeah.
fuck anything.
Yeah, I had sex with my outlet, and then it broke up with me and drove off with my dog.
Drove off with my lamp.
In my truck. My truck. It's my truck. I don't have a truck. I don't want anyone to get confused. I don't actually own a truck. I drive a minivan.
I have a Blazer that sits in the parking, or that decorates my driveway.
Is it at least a
I can't
pretty
drive it.
one?
It's white.
Hi, Carl. Hi.
Carl says hi.
Yeah, they're all over at Carl's right now, so that's why they're watching. I mean, otherwise they probably. Well, Genevieve would be trying to be low key, but not really low key, coming into the stream like, "Oh, I didn't know you were streaming." Yes, you fucking did. I told you
Like
this morning.
walking into the room and shit.
Yeah, she did that like every time.
You'd see in the camera over your shoulder, like fucking around in the background.
You spot.
You're like, I see you back there. Damn it.
Georgia's spying on the neighbor's TV because we could see the neighbor's TV through our windows, obviously. And she thought they were watching porn.
Ha!
If they ever did that, I feel like I would be compelled to just stand there with no pants on, just cranking it out in front of the window.
Yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
If they're gonna sit there with their windows open watching porn, why can't you stand in your window and masturbate to it?
Yeah, but like not like enthusiastically, just like deadpan, just
Just straight look on your face, like you're not really enjoying it. You're just doing it because
right, I'm doing it because I have to. I'm programmed to masturbate to porn the second I see it. Like the second it pops up anywhere, pants come off, I start jerking. I've had some phone calls.
Well, there you go.
You actually want food or no?
Not right this second, no. I mean, I'm fucking hungry, but I don't want to be the guy that eats in front of the camera at live stream, you know?
I did do that once.
Ah.
I was so hungry that I like started like eating Fritos and shit. Like I was just like hungry.
Fuck you.
Georgia's gonna eat. I guess she's not gonna join us.
I don't know. I'm hungry.
I'm hungry too.
I think you were just talking about the masturbating part because like it really looked like that's what you were doing on screen.
Yes. Yeah. We're so far behind.
Oh,
There's
wow.
the missus.
We're from the future.
You'll see her in like 30 seconds. Yeah, I know, Saf, it's food. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten yet. I've been drinking beer on an empty stomach, which is probably not a good idea. Especially after the story I said about the mead and stuff earlier, but that was before John got on.
Yeah.
I did pretty good.
You thought you were holding yourself up. You were pushing yourself away from the wall.
That was the part I was telling. I did pretty good when I was just me on here. I'm real proud of myself because like I just kept rambling out words and
That's
stuff.
what I do.
It's like I'm just like talking about me. It's actually kind of cathartic. Yeah, I'm not good with words.
That's why you got me.
I'm a numbers guy.
That's why I got you.
2 plus 2 is 22.
Jello. 4
Oh,
plus 4 is Jello.
Anything's a dildo if you're brave enough.
Ha.
Medieval mace? Fuck no, that's my dildo.
Every dawn can be a surprise blowjob.
I could say no real easy, Saf. See, it's a thing you guys do all the time. Like, you guys want to do some chores today? No. You guys want... Or, Saf,
sure?
do you want pizza for dinner tonight? No. Saf doesn't like pizza.
How do you not? What?
Right? Like, I get being burnt out on pizza because we were eating it a lot during that time where she all of a sudden stopped liking it, but...
Still eat a lot, because I get it.
Saf, that's 15.
You've got to be trolling. Stop trolling.
Well, she like if I get like buffalo chicken pizza or something like that, that's not like typical pizza, she'll eat it, but otherwise, yeah.
Oh, so you're just fancy. You don't want regular shit. You're like, oh, I want some fancy pizza, or you can just fuck off.
It's so
shove,
crazy.
shove that sausage pizza up your ass.
Like cheeseburgers or bacon cheeseburgers. Bacon cheeseburgers. That's literally 25% grease. going, it's so greasy. No. Why are we talking about you? I'm supposed to be talking about my studio and stuff, and here I am talking about you. Which, it's actually sort of named after your nickname, so I guess it works. Of course, now people are going to be, like, looking at chat, perhaps, someday, be like, Darbyskull, is he talking to himself? I don't understand.
Like the beginning?
Because, well, it says Darbyskull in the chat for her, but it's my name.
Oh, yeah.
So, and it's Darbyskull Studio, and...
Right, I got you, yeah.
For, future's sake, I guess, if anyone's watching this 3 months down the road or whatever, Darbyskull is my oldest daughter. The studio is also called Darbyskull Studio. There's a long story to... Well, it's not that long, but it's not very interesting. Yeah, basically, I gave everyone nicknames one day, and they all stuck somehow. And Saf was Darbyskull. And it's just been a thing for like years, and I was trying to think of a name for the studio, and I didn't want to be like an edgelord like all the other studios seem to be, like, you know, like Burning Corpse Studios or, you know, Spectra Sound Studios. 'Cause I watch Glenn on YouTube and stuff. I was like, I just kind of want it to be more me, so I had Saf design that skull, the logo. It's just like a chibi skull, and I just called it Darbyskull Studio. I didn't want it to be too, you know, because if I did like actual skulls and knives and flames and stuff, it would. I feel like, yeah, exactly. I feel like that would really isolate me from other genres and stuff like that. Be like, oh well, he only records metal. Look at that logo. I didn't want it to be like that. It's like if it makes a sound, I'll record it.
We should have put a pile of sticks and taken a
And well, then it would like the fucking logo for the studio is like a picture of you dressed up like 1984 Rob Halford.
So like in all leather
like
and spikes.
Leather and spikes, and even the fucking hat. Little leather hat.
Will you stop fantasizing about me wearing sexy outfits like that? I know that's what you're doing. Like, dressed like a cop, I'm a bad boy. Are you gonna put handcuffs on me and arrest me? Oh no.
Well,
why does it always go to sex?
I don't know. I was just talking about you being gay.
And
next thing you know, I gotta be gay with you. Damn it. Fucking lured me into it.
I didn't lure you at all.
Oh, yes.
You were anxiously awaiting. It's like, what?
I set you up with my conversation for you to like just take the bait, come in full force, like, well, I guess we're gay.
Absolutely.
If I'm gay, then you're gay.
It was nice knowing. What the hell are you talking about, Zav? Are you going to space? Like, it was nice knowing you. She's going to space. Or am I going to space? Or does being gay make me dead to you? Is that what it is?
Uh-oh. So cold.
Like this delicious beer.
Yeah, well, I have more in the fridge, but that's farther than I think my microphone will hear me. Well, I don't know. Let's find out. Because I know my cord for my headphones.
I'm getting arrested. What am I getting arrested for, Saf?
Getting arrested?
Oh, I was role-playing as... I see.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now I understand why.
Oh, she's paying more attention to what we're talking about than we are.
Well, it's just with the lag, like, I say it, then like 30 seconds go by, then she finally hears it, and then she thinks about it and responds.
You just said, like, a while ago.
I'm going to go to Spencer's and buy a gay hat. That's a thing. A gay hat.
A gay hat.
Like, I put this on and I'm gay.
Okay, I'm walking. Well, you were gay and then you put it on.
Oh, is that... Well, then any hat would be a gay hat. I would just be gay and wear it, and then it would be a gay hat.
Gay in a hat.
Just like when I go out for lunch, it would be a gay lunch. Or if I went to...
Yes, exactly. See, now we got that part of it figured out.
It's not just lunch
here. I don't know if you'll still hear me. I'm I'm probably gonna sound like Jim Carrey and the Cable Guy when he was walking away. Okay, bye. Walking down the hallway.
I haven't seen that movie since it was like new, so.
I don't know when I last seen.
Like it was on TV or some shit. I don't know.
I'm just glad my headphone cord, the cord that I have for that, like, I just walked all the way to the fridge with my headphones still plugged in, and I can also walk all the way into the bathroom and use the bathroom with my headphones plugged in too. So that comes in.
Safi, all of your
really
family's
handy.
gay. I mean,
now if it was like an actual headset, that would be
shit.
kind of cool.
If you look at Kelly's Facebook comments and then George's comments on those, I mean, they're pretty gay.
Wait, about what?
No, nothing. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen them.
Oh yeah, I see stuff. Like
Yeah.
I see, yeah,
Like they talk like they want to fuck each other. They just don't want to say it.
yeah. Well, I know that every time Kelly sees a picture of Georgia, she was like, "Oh my!" She messaged one to me. Like it was like the new, it was like the newest post, Georgia, that you had posted. It was just your face, you know, just a picture of you, and she sent it to me in Messenger. Like it was like I don't know, a couple days ago, and she was like, "Oh my God, she is so freaking gorgeous." And I'm just like.
Yeah, like every time they do that, like George's ego goes through the roof.
Well, it's like, you know, it's like I don't. That puts me in a weird spot because now I don't even know what to say. You know what I mean? It's like
Right?
because like I'm like yeah, she's really pretty, blah 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 blah. But it's like it makes me feel weird though, you know, because it's like.
Yeah, I understand. Try it when it's your wife too. It's like, oh, we want to have sex with each other. It's like, what do I say? do I say, yeah, go for it? Can I watch? And then it gets weird, and then lots of no's. And then oh, I knew it. You're just a pig. And it's like, well, if you're two gonna have sex, don't I get something out of it? And then the answer is always no. And then the cops get called, and then.
Oh shit! See, there's that whole like going to jail thing again.
Right?
Somehow it worked its way back into the fantasy. How in the shit did we just get off the subject? You were talking about the studio. Oh, you were talking about the name of the studio.
Yeah, and then you're in the conversation, so it always goes.
Oh yeah.
And then I do the same thing, and then I really want a cigarette.
I do too. I really, really do. I'm about to unbolt this microphone from the fucking table and take it with me.
Right. I kind of wish I had like a wireless microphone and just like take the microphone outside with me and just like camera into the empty room.
Well, because my headset, like the cord for that, I can at least make it to the front door. And then if I had like, well, actually, I guess I could just put a longer cord on my microphone too, and then I could just pull it out of the hole, like the boom, and just hold it in my hand and just take it with me, I guess that would work.
I think when I get more money than I know what to do with someday, I'm just going to have this streaming set up on a laptop, and then I'll just take the laptop with me outside when I want to have a smoke. Oh, just live streaming outside actually sounds like a great idea.
So that's who was it that told me that? Like, it was like 2 weeks ago. I think it might have been Green Gear that was telling me, you have like a back patio area or something like that. I'm like, yeah. Like, well, you could just, you know, that's perfect. You can just set up out there and everything. And I'm like, no, because that would require me to like take all of this shit. And well, I mean, right. Actually, technically, I guess, actually, I have it on a desk now that's on wheels and can roll around and everything. So I could just wheel it out there, but I would have to wheel it through the yard because there's no sidewalk that takes me back there.
Fair enough.
Or actually, I technically also have electricity out in the garage. I could wheel it over to the garage and chill out there, but I don't want to do that either because then I have to wheel it back in the house. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to have a problem like setting up my computer out there. The problem is I have all my cables threaded through my desk because I have one of those desks that has the holes in it and stuff for the cables. And I'm lazy. I don't want to go through doing all that.
No, I don't want to. Yeah, once I get everything set up, I don't want to redo it.
And this monitor
is not over and over again.
This monitor is also crazy heavy. My gaming monitor.
Oh, that big one, yeah, I bet. Yeah. That big curved one.
Mm-hmm. It's really heavy.
I'm sure it is.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's really heavy, and I don't want to.
Well, yeah, you already have it set where it needs to be. You don't want to move it around.
Right.
Yeah, I totally don't blame you. And that's actually why I moved everything off of the desk that I was using when I was staying over at my mom's. That's why I moved everything, because I was like, well, I have my own desk. You know, that's the nicer desk. It's narrower. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of worried about the whole 2 monitor setup thing. I was like, damn, I don't know if it's going to fit like this. But I was like, well, technically, the only reason why I would even need it pushed back, because it's only really set up, it's built for 1 monitor, obviously. And it's got like that little thing screwed to the side, the inside wall, where you can put like discs and stuff. It's like, when am I going to use discs? Yeah, I don't have any of that shit anyway, so it's not going to matter. And even if I did, it's not like I can't just like move the monitor out of the way and grab one real quick. But I don't have any anyway. And so, like, if I have the monitors pulled forward a little bit, then they sit here perfectly fine. And then like the keyboard and all that shit sits on like one of those like drawers that pull out, so I don't need that sitting up on the top anyway. So, and then it's on wheels, so that way I can move it if I need to. And I was gonna have all my computer shit set up in the second bedroom, but then I was like, I kind of want it in the living room, really, because then I could just like have like my music and just whatever, and I don't have to keep walking in the other room to change it. And so, yeah, I don't know. So that's why we're in the living room with it now.
So that's John's living room. Ah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't really know what to talk about, honestly. I was expecting more questions, and I was getting them in the beginning of the stream, and then I fucked it up by having to fix the audio issues I was having.
Fucked it up.
Yeah, Tristan was in here earlier, just like talking and stuff. I was like, oh, he'll probably ask questions about what's going on. And then I'm pretty sure he left. And then Daniel was in and out, but I think he was just meaning to just drop by real quick anyway, so.
Yeah. Then I ruined it because we couldn't get the audio figured out.
Yeah. Well, it's my fault. I should have did more homework. And I did everything correctly. I just forgot to hit transition because it's not intuitive.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's like whatever's on the left screen is just like, it's preview. You know, and then once you get it changed or whatever, you got to hit like switch so it goes over. And like I've done that before too. I've turned shit on or off or whatever, and like completely forgot to switch it over. Like the other day, I actually had the wrong screen up. You know how I got like my be right back because I'm going to go take a piss or whatever. Yeah. I'll be right back. Well, I brought up the Cocksmoker of the Week screen instead. And so like I'm glad that when I came back from taking a piss that I wasn't standing here scratching my nuts or something, because you could totally see me.
We're just like rubbing one out real quick, like, oh
like sorry I didn't go to
all
the
these
bathroom.
Sexy dudes in my live stream. I can't contain myself anymore. That's how I feel all the time. Or like when I go outside and I see actually I don't really see much. Not a lot of people go around town and stuff, except just not really a lot of people. I don't know where I was going with that. I was reaching, hoping that something would just come into my brain like, this will be funny, and instead it just got sad and boring and sad.
Analia just texted me and said, just don't start ranting on his shit.
Well, you mean what you've been doing the whole time?
I said I'm trying.
We all know you.
It just comes out. Like I can't help it. Like I open my mouth to start talking, and the next thing you know, she's gotten so comfortable with me over the years now that she'll just be like, babe, and just like try to like stop me,
Stop.
or like I'll be like talking to her like on a phone call, and then I look and I'll see that this whole time she's been just shit talking me in like text, like texting me like, here we go, didn't know this was gonna turn into a long one, you know, and like all this shit, and I'll just see that like about 10 minutes into my conversation, I'll just happen to look over and be like, really?
Well, like on your live streams, like when you're going on your spiel, that you just keep more and more words and not a lot of time to really fit my own in and stuff like that, or anyone else. I'll just mute my mic. Like when you see me muting my mic, it's because I'm going to go play Hearthstone while I'm listening to you go on about whatever you're going on about. So you're just going.
The other was like a week or so ago. It was either last week or the week before. Like I was like going on about something. Like it was something that like upset me, and I was just like.
Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago because I was on that stream.
Okay, and I looked over, and I saw everybody that was in the VC on Discord had all muted themselves because they were just gonna let it go. They were just gonna let me. They were like, "Oh, this one sounds like he's upset. It's gonna be a good one, and it's gonna be long. It's gonna get deep. It's not gonna just be like one of those little quick little and be done. Like, no, he's gonna get deep into this one. I can tell." So they just all muted themselves. And I was like, I looked over and saw that, and I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, I'll just mute and then Hearthstone. I had some quests I need to get done, so I get some gold, and I was like, oh, I'll go get that taken care of.
While I rant.
Yeah.
Oh god damn it.
Like I tried playing World of Warcraft once, but it's hard to really have a conversation while I'm doing more in-depth RPGing, so I can't do that. But Hearthstone I can totally do.
That's too funny.
My microphone is all dusty. I should really clean my desk. I also got to clean my dust filter. Like it's pretty bad. It's
I actually
got
down in there. I got down in there like before last stream, and I got down in the computer here, and like I blew out the little fan inside. Not the ones that are like the in or the.
You didn't blow out the graphics card fan, did you?
What do you mean?
Is it the fan that's on the graphics card, or is it just the case fan?
The one inside.
Well, there's several fans, and there's one
like
fan.
There's like it's a bigger one. Like
okay, so it's the case fan. Like, is it attached to the case?
No, not the ones that are connected to the case.
Oh, was it the CPU fan?
Connected to the big like heat sink thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. We'll need to get that replaced.
It was all turned off. It was like
no, I'm just saying, like if that's not blowing, the processor's gonna cook. Especially because that's an AFX 8350.
It is turning. It's just that there was like dust up in there that I.
Oh, so it just wouldn't spin, right?
No, it was spinning. It was just there was so much dust, it wasn't getting any air through it.
Oh, fair enough.
Like because that old house.
Okay, I thought you meant like it just broke. It's like, oh, we need to get that fixed. It's like you should have said something sooner.
No, it's been turning. It's just that it was so full of shit. I thought that I had gotten it out of there. After I moved here, I kind of bloated out a little bit. Like I didn't get like super into it. I didn't like take things out and whatever like that. I just kind of like took the air dusters, and blew in there and whatnot.
Yeah.
And like I thought I got it out, but I didn't really look close enough. And when I was like, once it like shut down like the other week. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And then it did it again a second time later that night. And I was like, what is happening? Because there was no like, Windows is shutting down. There was none of that. It was just off. And I was like, whoa, what was that? What just happened? Like, this isn't supposed to happen. Why did that happen? But yeah, once I actually, after that stream was over, before the next one, before last week's, this past one, I actually got down in there with the flashlight on my phone. It was like looking, and I was like, "Oh shit! I didn't get all that out of there." So like, I got the hose of it like up closer, and like between like the fins of the fan to get behind it, the fins of the fan, and where the heat sink is, and I was like blowing the shit out of there. And I also still have the side off. Like whenever I have it, I still just as a precaution, I've had this, like, whenever I'm using it, I'll have the side off with my little fan sitting here, just as a precaution. Just because maybe I didn't get it all out because I can't get down in between the fins that great. But that old house, I know that's what it was. That old house over at my mom's was just so friggin' dusty in there. Like, everything was just so dusty and filthy. It's like, I moved here and everything that I have was just covered in dust. And I would literally dust my shit, like clean my shit off sometimes. And like maybe a week later, it looked like I had it sitting out in the garage for 6 months, you know, and it was ridiculous because I would vacuum my bedroom and, you know, take care of my own area, but it was just coming in to my room from the other parts of the house. There was like no stopping it. Well, and no matter how much I left my door, now my new, it's not like that. I've lived here for like about 2 months now, and like I haven't really dusted anything, and like I see like a light layer of dust, but nothing. Like
we'll have to take that computer apart sometime soon and reapply thermal paste on the processor and stuff. It hasn't been done in some years, and you should do that about every 2 years. Is put some new thermal paste on the processor. So I've got some at home. It's not a big deal. I just gotta get the time to be able to actually go down to Minunk and stuff.
Yeah,
is when I finally have time. You're like at work or something. So.
Yeah, well, and then starting next Monday, they're putting us back on first for about a month.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I'm not too happy about that. So.
Well, that works out for me better. I'm a first shift guy. I have kids.
Oh, I know you are. I know.
Be first shift. I used to be a second shift person, but then I have children, and now I have to wake up in the morning. Fuckers.
Well, see, I'm like the opposite of that. Like, I had kids back then, and now I don't. Well, I mean, I still do. They didn't run away, but like they're just older and they don't live with me anymore. And so I don't have to do any of that stuff anymore. And so, like, second shift fits my life better now than it did back then. Back then, I needed a first shift job because I would get up, you know, make sure the kids were at school. They'd be at school while I was at work. I'd get off work, and then they'd be home, and then blah, blah, blah.
Right.
You know, so now none of that is even a thing anymore. So, like, now I don't have to worry about it. Now I can work second shift and then stay up late as balls and then sleep till like 10:30 or 11 in the morning and then get up. Well, until Monday anyway.
Kelly says we're stupid.
What?
Kelly says we're stupid. She's talking to Georgia.
Oh, is she texting her or something?
Yeah, they have secret conversations about like, when are we gonna have sex today? Oh, my husband goes to bed early. What?
It's just a chicken salad.
I'll eat whatever.
Oh, my God.
I don't want to eat in front of the camera.
Oh God. Might actually think you're a human.
Well, I can't breathe very well through my nose because it's all busted up and stuff, so I breathe through my mouth when I eat. Which means...
like in between shoes, you'll hear breathing heavy.
Yeah. I got so hungry.
It's like a workout to eat. like Jesus Christ.
I've known some people. Well, like when I'm concentrating, I breathe like straight up like through like the back of my nose. So, because I just watched a video where like I was filming 3 years ago when Safi was tickling Kaylee when she was a baby, and I was watching the video and I'm like, what the fuck is that sound? That's my breathing. Wow. I'm breathing like a fat guy that just walked up 20 flights of stairs. It's like it doesn't start that way though. Like at first I'm fine, but then I lose concentration on breathing. And so I go the default mode or something. And just go
default mode of a fat man eating a hamburger.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, oh man, I really gotta pay more attention to that. That's awful. Like, especially because I do some filming stuff now. I don't want to be like, so guys, how's it going? You guys want to, record in my studio and give me your money? I don't know. I'm really good at what I do. I promise I won't breathe into your drum mics. It'll happen when I'm playing like acoustic or something too. When I'm recording acoustic guitar, I'll be concentrating on the guitar part and not my breathing, and so like between like rests of it that you hear the like just a deep nasally breath, like fuck, now I gotta redo that take. And it'll be like a good take too, like it'll be a complicated part.
Oh my god, is that pineapple on the pizza?
What? Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you gotta read it.
Wait. What, the shirt?
Yeah, just give it a second. YouTube will catch up.
Okay. Because right now she's kind of just standing there, so I'm
Ladies.
Counts me out.
Well, I mean,
I'm not a lady, I'm your wife.
That's
No,
true.
dude,
My wife that
wife.
wants to have sex with John's ex, and that John's ex in turn wants to have sex with you, and
no one needs to know. Oh my god, that's great.
yeah.
Oh god damn it. All right.
Yeah.
Shit.
Also, if you're listening, Kelly, or whatever, for some reason,
I don't think
you're not fooling anybody.
You know.
I'm not mad or nothing.
Like,
I'm
we
just
know what we're doing. We're
yeah.
not stupid. You guys are stupid.
All right, I have to back
You're
the
right.
stream
Women
up.
can't ever be dumb.
I had to back the stream up. I'm gonna need to like take a picture of that.
Yeah,
Like,
we got it that was at Spencer's, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had 5 viewers for a second.
Oh.
Damn it.
Somebody left.
All right, I'm gonna make it bigger so you can see it better. All right, let's see here.
Love me. Just YouTube algorithm. Like, throw like 100,000 people at me and make them like me.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what I'll do for them, but I mean,
Well, that's the
imagine
one
the
thing
chat
that's
would be more
annoying about.
interesting.
That's the one thing annoying about like people like disliking my shit all of a sudden out of the blue is it fucks that shit up, you know. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like, really, guys, like this is really what you're gonna do with your Saturdays? Like, come in here and just do this.
Right? What'd you guys do last weekend? Well, this guy streams and we disliked this video.
We just like it.
And then we banged our moms and fell asleep in their basement. It's great. I love my life. I used to sleep in a basement. That was not cool. Just that basement. I mean, it's better than nothing. I'm not trying to complain. But spiders would like fall on my face and stuff all the time, and that just wasn't cool. That sucked.
No, that's definitely not cool at all. There's nothing cool about spiders falling on your
Right.
face.
And like, I'm not like a spider phobe. I don't know what the word's called. Arachnophobe. There it is. Or anything. But I have a healthy respect for spiders. Like, if one just crawls on me,
yeah.
I don't scream and run around the house.
yeah,
Like, I'm just like,
me
whoa,
neither.
hey, we have a treaty. You stay out of my house and I don't kill you and your family.
That's what I say to the ones here.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm sorry, dude. You're by the bathtub. I'm sorry.
You're in violation of the treaty that we signed years ago.
Yes.
So I have to kill you and then find your family and kill them because they'll get the same idea. So they have to die too.
Yeah.
And
I
so
have the same treaty with the spiders here at my place, and some of them do not like to follow it. So, like, there was one day here. All it took was the 2 spiders under the sink, under the cabinets. I was like sweeping the floor, and then I
you
reached down to do
fucking
something.
liar. You were not sweeping the floor. I've seen how you clean. You looked at it and hoped it'd sweep itself.
No, that is bullshit. I was totally sweeping the floor.
Neither one of us were very good at cleaning anything ever. Did we ever clean that apartment? Like,
Well,
once?
hey, you heard what I said earlier. My landlord said that the only reason why he wasn't as mad about the yard being so tall was because my house was clean.
No, that's not what he said. What he said
That
is
is what he
like,
said.
I am not mad about the yard, is because you suck my dick so good to help get the... And it's like, you were late on rent, and you took one for the team, and I'm so grateful. It's been so long.
That is not what was said at all.
If John's
Nothing like
landlord's
that.
watching for some fucking reason, I'm just
That
kidding.
would be crazy.
That would be crazy. But, you know, we live in a small world. So I would be surprised, like, you know, your friend on YouTube the other day was talking shit about me sucking your dick. Like, you've got 2 weeks to get out of my house.
Yeah, I know.
That would be some shit. And I wouldn't even be surprised.
Yeah, if I just randomly said some shit like that on Facebook or something, everybody'd be like, wow.
Yeah, that's why, like, when I've got, like, actual beef with a thing or something like that, and I don't really want it getting out, I won't even say it out loud in front of a microphone. Like, if there's a microphone in a room, even if it's not on, because I shit you not, like, we tried an experiment once that didn't work, but other times, and I'm sure a lot of people have had this story too, like, they'll say something like, you know, I really want to use KY jelly to fuck myself in the ass, and they've never said that word before ever in their fucking life. And then all of a sudden their Facebook will have KY jelly ads or some shit like that all over the place.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, how? I didn't type it. I didn't say it over the phone or anything like that, but I feel like my phone is listening to me even when I'm not using it.
It's happened to me before too, just from like messaging with people, and like
I'm gonna check my Facebook now.
I never like looked at, you know, I can't remember what the fuck it was, but then I ended up having like ads for it, like on Facebook, and I'm just like, wait a minute. Like, I didn't type that in or search it or anything like that. That was just something that I said in a private conversation with somebody. Like, I didn't actually like look it up, like go shopping for. I wish I could remember what the hell it was. It's happened like more than once, but this was like something like odd. Like the other shit you could probably pass off as like, that's pretty typical type of shit to put on a commercial. You know, like shoes or clothes, or, you know,
right, so, like generic stuff that everyone uses.
That's pretty default kind of advertising. But this, I wish I could remember what it was. It was pretty fucking specific, and I was just like, whoa, wait a minute. That's not just something that would just randomly out of the blue pop up. Like, this is something that I specifically said in a text message.
Like, John, is your herpes outbreaks getting the best of you? Do we have the medication for you? Watch now, your Facebook's gonna be full of like herpes medication.
Oh god, I know, right? Either that or like Google fucking listening, and since this is like YouTube and shit, so like the next time I go to stream or something, I'll have like ads for like fucking herpes medication because of the copyrighted music I have played. So, like,
yeah, so that's why I'm trying to get like a huge catalog of like my original stuff. So like when I start doing this more again, hopefully I do. I could just have my own music playing, so like it's advertising for me, and also I don't have to worry about the copyright thing. And
well, for me, it doesn't even matter. Like the shit that I just got in trouble for recently was for the sex and the sexual content / nudity clause, and I'm like, by doing what? Doing what?
You're just too damn sexy, John. You're so sexy you can't even.
So.
YouTube can't handle you.
I'm just gonna report this shit.
That's how it's gonna be.
Like, this is ridiculous. I have a daddy kink. Me thinking of something to impress her. Don't touch my fucking thermostat. Oh, yes.
It's true though. Don't touch my fucking thermostat.
Don't touch my fucking.
What was that on Facebook?
No, Georgia just posted it in my server.
Oh, there's the one. Ha! It's so far away. It's true. I have a daddy kink. Think of something to impress her. Don't touch my fucking thermostat.
That's great. Oh my gosh. I really need to go smoke a cigarette now.
I do too. Okay, viewers, all one of you. I think there's one of you that's actually watching that isn't in this conversation. Georgia's listening. Oh, that'd be Safi. Okay. Saf, if you see more people come in, text on the chat. Let them know that I'll be right back. I want a real cigarette. It should only be about 10 minutes. So, I'll be right back.
Alright. I'll be right back too.
I'm gonna put this I am back. And I actually remember to hit the transition button, too. Wait, did I? No, I didn't. Let's do that. There we go. No, I like to take my time with the cigarette.
He's really quick with the pull.
Right? I just wanted to be done and over with. Like, alright. Back to whatever I was doing before I was smoking that pole. Hi, Bach.
So far away.
Okay.
And he's back. Are you sure you're not the one that was smoking the pole, John?
No, I'm alone. If I could do that, then I wouldn't mind being alone so much.
Right. I don't need a girlfriend. I got myself.
I can Netflix and chill all alone.
I can too.
Yeah, this whole like walking over to the door, like it doesn't bother me. It's okay, like as long as like I'm just not doing anything. Like if I'm just sitting here watching something on Netflix or whatever, or just messing around watching videos or something, then that's fine. I can just stop what I'm doing and go do that. But it's when like I'm actually on stream or something like that, and I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah. It wasn't a problem last time because the last time I was streaming, we could smoke in the house and stuff. So I was like, oh, I'll just have a cigarette now. But
well, yeah.
But now I kind of like not smoking in the house because like a carton of cigarettes will last me a few weeks as opposed to like not even a week. So it's cut down a lot of my smoking.
Well, that's the thing is that like I can smoke at work. So like it.
Well, they still let you smoke inside at Dury Brothers?
Oh yeah, like
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and now because there were some people that were like wearing like their little headsets, like the little wire or the little Bluetooth headphones and shit.
Yeah.
And but the thing is that instead of just like listening to music, like some of them be listening to music so loud that you can't even, they can't hear you,
right.
You know, like and. But then there was also people that were like making phone calls and like just sitting there like talking to people and stuff, you know. And so like they decided nobody can wear those anymore, but they changed it a little bit and said that you can bring in a Bluetooth speaker and like have it sitting there to listen to music if you want. So I was like, shit, all right. So I've been fucking jamming out, fucking. Well, I also like ended up with like the Wi-Fi password over there, so like I'll get on like Spotify and like the reason why I even got the Wi-Fi password over there was just because like some guy came in to fix one of the machines and he had the Wi-Fi password for his laptop, and one of the guys that was working there asked him, he was like, "Oh, can I get the password?" And he gave it to him. So he gave it to like a handful of us.
Nice.
Yeah, because I guess they used to let people have it, but they were like looking up porn and shit, whatever. Yeah, and so like they changed it or whatever. I don't know what they did. This is before I started there. But
excluding the Army, I have never really felt compelled to jerk off at work or watch porn at work. I'm usually trying to work.
Why are we excluding the Army?
Because when you're in the Army, you work 24/7.
Well, yeah, you're kind of living at work.
And
actually, I think it was just your friends in the Army. Like I feel like they turned you on.
Yeah,
it's true. It's totally true. Toomey just looks so great in uniform. Ugh.
Oh boy.
Just we called him the Stormin' Mormon. As you can probably figure, he was Mormon. And he was like fucking ripped. like shit.
Got tired of people shutting doors in his face. He had to be strong enough to hold
Right.
the fuckers open.
He was like the nicest guy ever, though. Like, he was just like stupid nice and just like fucking ripped. Like, he never pissed anyone off. Never got like smoked or anything like because of him. He was just like the nicest guy. I'm an asshole, so I got smoked a lot and shit like that. We called it smoked. Other people during different time frames called it something else. I can't remember, but we called it getting smoked when you got in trouble and they make you work out for 3 hours or making the walls sweat. They'll shut the doors and the windows, and they'll make you, like, all 60 of you in this smallish room, you know, work out and sweat so bad that the walls will literally just get condensation from all the sweating and stuff, and you'll make the walls sweat. Yeah, that was fun.
No, that sucks. That sounds like shitty time.
Yeah, well, it's a great way to lose weight. I mean, I lost a fuck ton of weight when I was in the Army. I was wearing, like, 34s, 36s and pants, and a large shirt would fit me nice. A large. Oh, wow. I'm in a 2X, and it's almost too small for me now.
Yeah, I'm like, I got like the jeans that I usually wear are like a 34 waist, and then like my shirts are usually like extra large, just because I don't like them to be all tight fitting. Like when I go to move, I don't like to have it all of a sudden be like all tight. You know, like I don't know.
I would if I wasn't so gross. Like I have the body of the new Thor. Have you seen the new Avengers movie?
No.
Ugh.
I have not.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not really much of a huge comic book nerd or anything either, so I guess it's not like, oh, I really need to see it. Though right. You probably still like it.
I'll watch them. Yeah, I'll watch them when I can, but I'm not like the dude like waiting outside the movie theater when it first comes out. You know, like when it comes out on Netflix, I'll watch it. But until then, I'm not going to go out of my way. I don't ever see new movies ever anymore. Like never, ever.
It has to be really something for us to go to see a movie, and that's mostly just because there's a lot of prep just for us to go see a movie. You can't just like, we're going to go see a movie tonight. It's like, well, we got kids and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, well, that's different. Yeah, I mean, you guys got like your own little army over there. So like,
we have the fail Avengers.
the fail Avengers. And it's not always convenient to just be like, all right, we're going to take the whole family to the movie theater.
Yeah.
Because sometimes that does not work.
It's also not cost effective. Oh my god, that's expensive.
Well, there's that too. Yeah, because movie theaters aren't cheap anyway.
Yeah, taking all the kids to that'd be like $100 just to go, like tickets and then popcorn and shit like that.
Yeah, we're gonna get one small popcorn and you all can pass it around.
Right. You get one kernel apiece.
Yeah,
just
you get a small glass of water that you can all share.
Yeah.
And one sucker, pass it around.
That's gross.
No. I don't want it. You guys.
Yeah, it's all yours.
You guys can have
enjoy. I spoil you. Great father.
I'm still half tempted just to grab an ashtray and set it right here.
I thought about it for a second, but nah.
Well, I mean, it's like I'm not supposed to smoke in here, and like,
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, like so. This isn't even like just a me like not smoking in the house thing. It's just like I was actually like told like my wife wants to let you know not to smoke in the house, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I only do it, like I said, like it's usually just like when I'm streaming. I don't ever just sit in here and smoke. And then sometimes when I'm in the bathroom, like I'll have the door shut and like the window open behind me, and I'll, you know, just sit there and smoke a cigarette and play a game on my phone.
How exciting!
Oh yeah. Well, it is what it is.
Fair enough. Oh, this stream isn't really picking up any.
It happens.
Yeah, it was a shot in the dark. I'm going to try to be more consistent, though. Especially now that I've figured out what I was doing wrong. And, like, I'm going to probably start streaming gaming, too, just because it's a good conversation starter. Like, I don't want to be, like, a gamer streamer, per se. It's just like, hey, I'm playing Hearthstone. You guys want to just like shoot the shit? Here I am.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about Hearthstone at all, but or World of Warcraft or whatever. But I'm not shooting to be like a gaming streamer. It's beyond
just like something else to kind of throw in there. Yeah, it is. There's like so many of them out there now.
But I mean, I'm kind of in the mentality. I just kind of want to throw everything at a wall and see what sticks too. Like if it's kind of my forte and it works, I mean, I'm not gonna be like, well, no, it has to be music. Like if the gaming works on YouTube, great. I'll use my music too. I mean, I could still weasel that in, advertising my own stuff. And I've got a studio, and I'm tomorrow I'm talking to George's stepdad. He does he's contracting like drywalling and stuff like that. Like he does his own business. And a couple weeks ago, I set up a wireless display system at the church he goes to and stuff. And they've been bringing it to my attention that I should go into doing that as like my own like contracting business, where I set up stuff like that for people, like from building computers to setting up networks to stuff that a lot of people don't really know how to do, but like I do.
Yeah.
And they're like, you could make some money doing that. Like, well, I don't know where to start. Like, I don't know how to do that, so I'm going to talk to Bob about that tomorrow. And so that'll be it'll be also Darbyskull, but it won't be studio. It'll be, what did I decide it was going to be? Like, it's going to be a division of Darbyskull. Like, it's going to be like an M corporation when I'm done with it. All these services that I do. Like, I have an audio studio and also network engineering, and I can't remember what I called it, but I'm going to do that tomorrow too. But I need to get more on top of.
Well, that's the thing, is like just knowing how, like, what to do to even get started with some of these things. Like there's a guy at my job that runs the OEA. Like I'm one of the people that run it, and he's the one that runs it during the day, and he's quitting after he just put in his 2 weeks like yesterday.
Oh yeah.
And the reason is because his cousin's husband has a business installing alarm systems in like businesses and things like that.
Yeah.
And so he's going to be doing that, and he's going to start him off at like $20 an hour. And after a few months, it's going to be like $22 an hour. And I'm like, dude, I don't blame you at all.
Right, I'd leave too.
You will never make that amount here.
You do security. Yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to do too, is like in-home security systems, like with the like setting up like Alexa or Google like network, where you can have like your lights automated and voice controlled, and your Nest cameras hooked up to everything. Like nothing crazy complicated. I can probably do some complicated, but nothing like too nuts. Like, blast doors and stuff. That'd be awesome. Yeah, blast doors or something like that. I can't do obviously things like that per se, but like I know enough to where I can do that comfortably. And I know there's a lot of people that don't know how to do that, and that want that, and they've got the money. Some people anyway. Maybe not in this town per se. Like I'd have to probably go out and about a ways, but
maybe, yeah.
But rich older people, that want these security things but don't know how to turn their computer on.
Yeah.
It's like, that's okay, I'll just set up a macro. You just walk through the door and it'll automate. So, I'll have it set up for you like that. It's things like that, like solutions, not just like a simple like, well, I need someone to set up this computer. It's like, well, I want a system that does this, this, and this, and then I can figure that out. But I don't know how to advertise that or anything, or how to go about setting something like that up, because I've never really ran my own business. Like the studio was kind of like dipping my foot in the water, but even that, I mean, I keep having clients go, oh yeah, then they back out, and then
really?
people are like, oh yeah, I really want to record in your studio, and I never hear from them again. And I figure that's going to be how it is in the beginning. I mean, I've only been doing this for a month, a little over a month.
Yeah,
it was like the end of April, well, the middle of April, so it was a little over a month when the studio officially opened.
Yeah, I mean, you just got like you said, got your foot in the water, so it's like you haven't really had time. I mean, and that's another thing too, is with like businesses and stuff, like especially a new small business, nobody knows about it. You know what I mean? Like on the larger scale of things, as compared to like Best Buy, or you know what I mean, like Best
Buy, in this case, Sunset Studios, which is a big studio in California.
I was just giving I was just naming like just a big company period, and I was like, everybody knows what Best Buy is, and so if you got one person over here that's
good night, Sappy. I just saw.
Yeah, I seen that. I said good night. But there's like little guy over here, mom and pop shop that sells audio equipment, and then you got like Best Buy. It's like, well, I know the Best Buy's got what I need, know, and a lot of people are going to go there just because they know that there is a Best Buy, but they probably never heard of this little mom and pop shop. They probably even drove past it 100 times, didn't even know it was there.
Speaking of Best Buy, fuck Best Buy.
Ah!
I got a story about Best Buy. I actually have a story. All right, so right when we were starting with the studio, I had almost everything I needed for the studio. I just needed a better computer than the laptop I had. So we decided to use a couple credit cards to get the parts I needed for the computer. But I was building a budget build. Like my studio computer is not like $1,000 computer. I think everything combined was like $400 or $500. But it has everything I need for it to do. But Best Buy has price matching. As long as it's a semi-retailing kind of store, it's not like a mom and pop kind of place. It has to be like a store that has online advertising. There's this other store farther up north in Chicago called Micro Center. And they were selling Ryzen 5 first gen 1700X processors. They're the first gen Ryzens, but they're decent raw processors for $80, which is like $150 less than they normally go for. I was like, that's a hell of a deal. We need to get that processor. Like, that was our first thing. I was like, that's great. And I was like, we were going to go up there, but Best Buy said they price match. I was like, awesome. I even called to make sure that was going to be legit. Like, they weren't going to fucking weasel me out of it. Like, yes, we price match. That should work out just fine. So we go back up there because they had one in stock at Best Buy. And I pick it up and I'm just fucking happy. I'm like, yeah, man, I got a hell of a deal on this thing. We go up to the counter, and I'm like, I want to price match this with Micro Center. And they're like, okay. We go to the next area where they do that too, and they go, all right, so what's the site? I give them the site. They look at the fucking processor for $80, and they're like, that's too cheap. Like, I don't think we could do that. They called management over there too, I guess.
God, are you serious?
And he's like, no, we would lose money if we did this. I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. George is like, put everything down, we're leaving. So we go back out, I call corporate, and at first corporate says the same thing. It's like, no, we should price match. That's within our parameters. They looked it up. I guess she had to talk to her manager on at corporate side, and I got the same answer from them. They're like, that we would lose too much money. We can't price match that. I'm like, then you need to fucking change what you mean by price matching.
Don't say you price match if you don't price match.
Yeah.
Like price matching is like, you price match everything. You can't just say, oh yeah, we price matched it, and then somebody goes out of their way to come to your store instead of going somewhere else because they're like, oh, I'll just get it here because it's more convenient to go to this store than all the way to wherever the fuck this other place is.
That was the whole point. Yeah, it's like Best Buy was an hour less drive, and I wouldn't have to drive all the way into fucking Chicago to Micro Center to get it. So, yeah.
Well, that's just an hour.
Then they're like, well, we can price match with Newegg. It's about $20 cheaper than you would get it at Best Buy's retail value. Like, it was $120 on Newegg, and it's $150 at. And I was like, no. It's like, if I was going to go that route, I would have just ordered it from Newegg and not even bothered to come up here. I'd wait a day or two and get it shipped to my house. Like, you're a fucking idiot. I will never shop at Best Buy again. And I will never shop at Best Buy
That's really
again.
shitty. They say they price match. They should price match. They should, like, we price match unless it's a really good deal.
And it's yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah, it was because I knew it was going to be fishy. That's why I called before we even left. Like, I called that day before Georgia got off work, before we even left, to make absolutely sure that I understood exactly how price match works. I've never used it before. So
I haven't either.
I'm going to go up here and get this processor. How does so if I show you the ad for it, you'll price match. Like, yes, like there's no fine print or nothing. No, we'll price match anything as long as it's an actual business that sells it at that price, and they have to have it in stock too. Like, they can't just have an advertisement for it, like, oh, we ran out of stock. I guess that's the fine print, but they had them in stock. They had like 20 of them in stock, so it was said right there on the page. And then, but because they would have lost $100, like, you're not going to sell these processors. Anyone that knows anything about building computers, these processors are 3.5 years old. The Ryzen 3s are just announced. So those Ryzen 1s that are sitting in Best Buy are never going to move until they bring them down to that same price I was going to buy.
I was going to say, it's unless they bring them down to the price that they can find them somewhere else.
Yeah. So fucking that just, this is why brick and mortar is going out of business, I feel. It's just they don't adapt to times. They say they're going to do something and then they don't. And it's like, I'm never going to shop there again. And if anybody watching this or watches this in the future, if you ever walk into my house, 95% of my expendable income goes to electronic shit.
Oh yeah.
Gaming consoles, computers. I have built so many fucking computers. Best Buy could have made a small fortune off me if they played ball. But
right. No. Yeah. Like, you could have been a good customer if they would have just did what they said they were going to do. Like, they did what they advertised that they would do.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing that lured you in the first place.
But I think I'm going to be just going to Micro Center from here on out because they have crazy awesome prices. But they're in Chicago, so like I had to plan a day to where like, oh, we can go here. Yeah. Traffic is best at this time, so we'll leave them.
They don't ship anything, or
no, they won't. They'll ship some stuff, but like a lot of their big deals, you have to pick it up in store.
Oh,
but if I wanted to buy,
deal, they don't want to pay for shipping too.
Yeah, that's mostly why. But if I knew exactly what I was building and I knew what parts I was getting, if I wasn't just window shopping it. If I'll put it in the cart at Micro Center, and then when I say checkout, what that means is they'll actually take those parts off their shelves and put it on standby so I can pick it up. So like I won't drive 3 hours and like, oh, we just sold the last one 10 minutes ago.
I would be so hot.
Right? But motherfucker, you better make this okay.
Oh,
I drove through Chicago and I live in the streeter. This is not cool at all.
Yeah, big difference.
But
that's really far.
It is really far. But I mean, to save that much money, I would be willing to drive absolutely. That was a hell of a deal. But fuck fuck Best Buy. So yeah, you sparked that memory. That was a fun day because we were both just pissed. We literally drove all the way. Even then, because we went to Joliet for that, which is like an hour away from here still, and we went all the way up there, like expecting to get this processor, and we drove all the way up there for nothing.
I like her response though. Put that shit down. We're leaving.
Yeah, that's literally like she didn't like do it like quiet, like oh just put it down. We're just gonna go.
I fucking screamed. Put that shit down. We're leaving.
Put that shit down.
Pissed. Like I was just like,
I was mad too.
I was just dumbfounded.
It's like Monsters Inc. Like put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
But fuck, I was just like, I didn't get pissed till after like I got in the car and it just finally just slammed to me. He's like, motherfuckers lie. Like, of course they lied to me. They're a corporation that's out there to make money. I mean, that's what it is. Yeah. But don't lie to me. Fucking just tell me like, well, no, like on the phone, like, well, it has to be within parameters. Like, we can't lose money. Blah blah blah. I was like, because if they would have said that we can't lose money, I would have been like, oh, they're totally not going to go for this then. There's no way in hell they're going to sell me this processor for $100 cheaper than
you got to
retail.
make that shit clear.
Yeah.
I mean, don't try to bait me into coming here. Just
I'll respect you a lot more if you just straight up like, hey, yeah, we're not going to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for not.
Let me know there's a limit.
Yeah. Just be cool with me. You'd be amazed how much I'd be a lot more like, oh, that's okay. I understand how the world works. You don't have to fucking bullshit me.
Yeah. Don't try to like get me in here in hopes to go ahead and buy it anyway.
Right. Yeah, you're just gonna. That's not gonna. No, it won't.
That's ridiculous.
But you work with me, and I'm like I know there's better places than Newegg, but I go there because they're awesome with me. Whenever I have any issues, they fix that shit yesterday. So I'll spend the extra. I mean, usually it's cheaper on Newegg, but there's a lot of times where it's not. But I know I can trust Newegg, so I go to Newegg.
Yeah.
Amazon is just because it's cheaper on Amazon, even though they fuck everyone with the whole no federal tax whatever thing. I'm really getting off topic. I've 2 beers on an empty stomach.
It keeps me in. It keeps us in business here. I mean, they're a big part of the post office.
Fair point.
What, Amazon?
Yeah. The post office delivers Amazon's packages. Wow. So I remember back in the day I could drink 2 beers and be like nothing. Now I drink 2 beers and I'm somewhere
Like you
between
drank 2 beers?
buzzed and drunk. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's awesome because it doesn't take as much, but... Did I actually say that?
You're a cheap date.
God, I am a cheap date. Fuck yeah. The problem is I'm not a good cheap date because I get whiskey dick. So like, yeah, like it's not like it's like I want to perform and it doesn't. Like I'm not in the mood.
He's not interested.
It doesn't work. I don't want it to work because when I get like this, I'm thinking about 2 things right now. I want to eat and then I want to go to sleep.
Like, put your tits away and grab me another.
Make me a sandwich.
Yeah, and a sandwich.
I'm not. I mean, I like sandwiches.
I mean, if you're hungry, I got something for you to eat.
Ooh,
that was a vagina joke.
And it's sexual again.
Yeah. That wasn't a joke. Eat my pussy.
Sorry.
He's like, no, that wasn't a joke.
Eat my pussy first.
Only if you suck my dick.
Whip that fucker. I'll suck it live stream right now. You whip that fucker out.
Boing.
YouTube, that's a joke. Don't lose your shit. She doesn't obviously have a dick. She's not a trap. She's an actual woman. I'm not gonna get with the whole gender thing because I don't give a shit. You want to identify
I did that
as a popsicle? Go ahead.
I did that like a week ago or some shit like that. Like I don't remember what it was, but something got me fucking triggered on that whole thing, and I just fucking went off.
Yeah.
Like
I think I was on that stream too. I remember
while.
that. I think I remember that.
I think I went off about it twice at another point. I think I'd gone off about it or a second time at some point because like I don't know what it was. Like something. The thing is that like Mike made a video about it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's riding on that trend train right now too with the whole trap thing.
Well, I don't know if he left it up or not. It might not still be up, or maybe it will. Because I'll watch his videos, but I haven't been to his actual video section of his page to see like what ones are still up and what ones are down. Because I watch them when they come out, and then that's it. You know? I don't I haven't gone back to check it out for a while. But like, I remember when I watched it, I was like, God damn it, because I was going to make a video about that. Like I really, that was like one of my ideas that like never happened because like he beat me to it, and a lot of the things that he said like were some of the same points I had, so I was just kind of like, well, shit, you know. And like everybody knows that like we're friends, so I didn't want people thinking like that I was just like, well, I'm going to do what he did and make a video about the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
I don't want to be that guy either.
Yeah, I didn't want to like, especially not right after, you know. I mean, maybe I might still be able to do it now that it's been a while, but like,
well, you got your own kind of style too. Like his is very much like he's just narrating footage. You actually get in front of the camera when you do your videos.
He used to do that. He used to do that.
Yeah, he doesn't. I haven't seen him do that
anymore.
in a while.
Not anymore. He doesn't do it anymore. He does more of the narration type thing.
Yeah, and
so his style is different.
In front of the camera kind of thing. Anyway, it makes my job easier. I mean, I've only actually made one full-fledged video, so I'm not exactly like from my experience.
From my professional experience.
Exactly, yeah. Like I find, especially with like guitar song, like playthroughs and songs and stuff like that, it's just because I know what I'm doing, so it's not hard for me to line up the audio with the hands so much. Though there was that one section I was a little off, but I spent like an hour on it. I just couldn't get it to line up right, so I was like, "Fuck it, good enough." The idea is getting across, but yeah, like doing that, it's better than, in my opinion, than
Yeah, I mean,
woman climbs Mount Everest to prove vegans aren't weak. Dies.
What was that?
A vegan woman climbs Mount Everest to prove that women aren't weak, and then she dies.
Vegans aren't weak.
Oh shit!
Or that vegans aren't weak, and then she dies.
Oh wow!
So vegans are in fact weak, which whatever. I mean,
should have had a steak sandwich before you did that,
right? Some protein.
Like it wouldn't be so funny if vegans weren't all like, "Well, I'm vegan and you should be too," because vegan.
No, I like meat. There's no, unless like I get some weird condition that says if you eat another piece of meat you'll die. I'll probably still eat a piece of meat and then die, and then, but fucking meat for life, man.
Oh yeah.
Fuck that bullshit. I honestly, if I could just eat just meat, I'd be totally happy with that.
Yeah, like when I was mowing my lawn earlier, like I had to keep chasing the baby bunny out of the yard
That's a
because,
thing.
like,
Bunnies.
and then I was telling the guy that owns the bar and stuff next door. I was like, yeah, you know, like I had to like chase
Which
him
bar?
out. Cranks.
Is that the one your mom used to?
No. She had her own.
Yeah, that was Circle J's.
Yeah.
No, is that bar? Is that the one on the other side of town? Is that where you live at? Do you live on the north side of town or the south side?
I live like a block away from my job.
So you live on this. Okay, you live on the south side. I don't know where you're at now. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to go see it soon.
Yeah, I live like literally like right behind the bar.
Okay. I think I know exactly where you live at.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna come see you soon-ish, John.
Okie dokie.
I have an amp for you.
And you're gonna find a way to kidnap Kelly that day too, because we're all gonna.
Oh yeah. Well, I've got to figure that one out because I need a ride to do that. She's been wanting to come up, but I just don't have a way to. Because I'll have to get her, and then I'll have to get her back at some point.
Well, then you know, I can get her.
Or I'm sure she'll be fucking happy as nuts if that happened. Like I was willing to give my friend here in town. I was like, well, it was back when I was working all this overtime. Like right now, we're not working any overtime, and I've got, you know, all the shit I'm paying for. So like, but I was like, I will pay you $60, take me down there and pick her up, and then $60 to take me down there and drop her back off.
Wait. So you're paying?
Well, yeah, I was going to pay for gas for my friend to take me down there and grab her, and then to take her back home. And
Should have held out for the same deal.
she just like didn't. I should have held out, but yeah, like she didn't even like. After I said all that stuff, like she never like responded back. Well, she ended up responding back right then, but when the day came for it to happen, she just stopped responding to me, and I'm like, hey, you still gonna give me a ride? Like, got some money? like, oh, I thought you wanted it. Like, because I know that $60 is way more than enough that it's gonna take that little fucking car to get down there and back. Because I know that I would drive down there and back twice on a full tank of gas in my Blazer, and it was actually a little bit less than a full tank of gas. You know, because from where I live, it's like an hour drive. Down in Clinton. Well, actually, not even in down there no more. She's like up a little. She's at her grandma's. But anyways, yeah. So point being, like I was paying like more than just the gas. I was giving her money too for doing it, and she just didn't do it. And I'm like, I know you need the money. I know where you work.
I know where you work.
I know where you work. I know sometimes your boss doesn't pay you. So yeah, but
all right, I think I'm gonna call it. It's getting kind of late for those of us that wake up really early in the morning.
And that is not me.
That's me.
I'm gonna go back to playing my game and watching Seven Deadly Sins on. And Marcy got me to watching it.
Oh,
Seven
yeah.
Deadly Sins, the anime.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. It's on Netflix.
I was like, I was kind of just iffy about it at first, but now like I've been binge watching the shit out of it. Like,
What game are you playing?
What was it? Last Shelter Survival. It's like a zombie apocalypse. Well, it advertises as like a zombie apocalypse type game, but it's not. I mean, it is, but it's not.
Did you get that on PC?
No. It's on my phone.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what that game is. I think I played it a little bit.
Like and actually about a month ago, the leader of our alliance, like just paid $100. He like dipped out and didn't say anything to us and like left the alliance. Didn't appoint anybody else to leader. Nothing at all. And he like just took off and left. And we found out that he paid $100 for like a bigger account in like a big alliance and stuff like that, and just left us there. And then I got voted the new alliance leader, so I've been leading this alliance for like about a month now, and like it's cool, it's fun, I like it. It gets a little annoying sometimes because there's like a pact between the biggest alliances where they won't attack each other; they'll only attack everybody else. And if they come fuck with you and you try to attack them back, all their fucking guys show up and just zero you out. And if you get zeroed out, like your defense down to 0, then it randomly teleports you somewhere else on the map, and you have to save up so you can get an advanced teleport to go back to where you came from, to where everybody else is at. And we've had that happen to us a couple different times. You can put up shields and shit, but if you can't afford the shields at the moment, and this jackhole comes in and starts doing all that, because there is cool players that come in and they'll just come in and hit you once and just to take your resources and get some kills, and then they'll fuck off, they'll go away. But then you get these other assholes in there and just totally abuse that power, that we're not supposed to fuck with them, and they know that, so they'll just camp out and try to farm everybody until somebody gets pissed off enough that we just, we team up and attack them. And then next thing you know, we got like all these guys that are like way higher level to just zoom in and just annihilate everyone. And now everybody's teleporting randomly all over the map. Now we got to save up, come back together, and I won't quit. Like they keep, like I've got my power up a lot higher now. It's like a lot of these big alliances keep trying to like get me to leave, and I keep telling them no. I was like, I'm not going to leave these people. They voted me their leader. I'm not going to abandon them like our original leader did. So I could leave and go join these other ones and just not be fucked with anymore, but I just don't want to do that. I don't want to leave everybody. So, anywho, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, fair enough. I want to go to eat and sleep.
Mr. White Tuber said,
"Hey, Mr. White Tuber, what's up?"
I didn't. They said, "What's going on? Who's Mr. White Tuber?
Oh,
you know Mr. White Tuber?"
No, I don't. I mean, maybe I do, and they don't. I just don't know their name. But not much is going on though. We were just kind of shooting the shit. It didn't get real too busy, as it never really does. So it didn't actually go to the subject I was wanting to talk about. We were just kind of
a couple times. Yeah, we swayed in and out of the subject.
Yeah, I'm actually about to log out here in a minute and eat and sleep. It's almost midnight here. Surfing the tubes. Yeah.
Surfing the tubes.
I find myself doing that regularly. I don't really look for live streams though.
I do sometimes. Just, like I didn't before I started doing it myself, but then once I started doing it, that's when I kind of got interested in being like, well, who else is out there that's just like me, just like just randomly just doing this shit, So I'll go check it out, and I'm like, I'll watch some of these people's streams and be like, how in the fuck do they have like, 3 or 4 or 5 or 600 people watching this right now? Like I'm like, oh, I don't understand.
I don't get it either. Yeah. Like, there's people with no personalities that.
That's what I'm talking about. Like
that watch, people there just like, "Hi guys, I'm gonna play this video game, and you're gonna love it." And then they got 1 million subscribers, and here I am.
Like, yeah, it's like
at least I put some energy in my stuff, and I have 31 subs.
They have like they sound like that dude from the Hardee's commercial. It's like, now at Hardee's. Like, sounds like he wants to kill himself. Like, hit live option and put in a typical title word.
What's that mean?
What the shit was your typical title word? I know it wasn't Darbyskull. Could have been Studio. Maybe it was, let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk.
He was like, you know what? I'm going to look up this. I'm just gonna anything is good. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I was just trying to be more less like my last live streams I did a while ago, where they were just like weird titles. I was just like, I'm just gonna be very straightforward with what this was intended to be. But yeah, I mean, I've got enough videos on my Facebook to kind of describe my studio anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. I just thought it might be a conversation start. Oh, talk.
Oh, you just put the word just talk. Oh, all right.
Oh, well, thanks for the heads up, actually. I mean, if you're looking at up talk, I'm sure other people are too, so I might just start putting talk and, like, it'll just be called talk. Every video.
Just go straight talk.
Just talk. I just call it talk.
Or you could be like me, and what was it, like about a month ago, one of my streams was called, I couldn't think of a fucking name for my stream, and I've been trying to name him something different. Like each time I want it to be different, and one of the names was nonstop ongoing verbal penetration, including the butt stuff. That was the name of my fucking stream. Like, nobody's gonna search that, like unless they looked up the butt stuff or something. I don't know.
Who searches YouTube for butt stuff? I mean, there are sites that do that just well.
Jacob, you know I've seen your search history, right?
You shut your mouth.
Well, and then also because of that stream, I had people, because of like wanting T-shirts and stuff like that, they decided that I should come up with some T-shirts that just say I'm here for the butt stuff. And I was like, done. Whenever I finally get some of this caught up on financially that I'm doing right now, I'm totally gonna just dig into this T-shirt thing, because that's gonna be.
Yeah, I still gotta work on my merch too for the studio.
Well,
we got that giveaway, and we are not even remotely close to the target number for that, so I'm not too terribly worried about it. But I still should have at least the shirt finished and like the design.
Well, true.
Because we need 150 likes, and I think I've gotten 7 likes since we started that advertisement.
Oh shit! Okay.
Thing, so.
Well, I mean, you literally just started doing that, so I wouldn't like.
Yeah.
Freak out.
I'm not freaking out. I figured it's gonna be really slow. I'm going up against a lot of other studios that have been doing it a lot longer and know more of the old school way, because I kind of do a little bit both. Like, I like to record live instruments, but I also do some processing and stuff too. But the major problem too is nobody. Oh, Bitcoin? Oh, let me tell you about Bitcoin. Don't get into it. This rig here, I was mining for about maybe a year. I was mining Bitcoin with it, and at that point, like I'd say late last year before the crash, I had like maybe $180 worth of Bitcoin, and my wallet now is worth $3. It just plummeted. It's not worth the. I mean, I guess if people are paying you in Bitcoin, sure, you're gonna have a hard time cashing it in though too, because not a lot of places use it as a exchange currency anymore. I think Amazon still has a program that will buy your Bitcoin, but yeah, it's really hard. I'm still trying to look before I go to absolute zero. Yeah, I don't know. Cryptocurrency is just kind of dying. They'll pick back up because there's a couple cryptocurrencies, I guess, that are starting to get bigger-ish. But I don't know. It's so volatile. I'm not even looking into it that much anymore. I was looking into it a couple years ago just because I thought it was a cool idea to just like turn my computer on, farm cryptocurrency, and make money doing nothing. But yeah, it's not worth the electricity you're using. But yeah, people paying you, I would look more into how to exchange it for whatever currency you use. I don't know what country you live in. I'm assuming the United States, but you know, it's a big world or a small world. Gonna suck on this. But that's just my opinion. I mean, you do whatever the hell you want, man. I'm not here to tell you what to do. But if you were asking for my opinion on that, just stay away from Bitcoin. There's better ways to make money on the internet than Bitcoin. Like if you were a Mrs. White Tuber, Just wear something that shows your cleavage and talk about nothing, and do it like a Patreon. Yeah, that's if I were a chick, I'd be a slut on YouTube. I don't even care. Just like look at my tits, and I'd be rich, or well off, probably well off. But I'm an ugly, hairy dude, so it's like But you looked up talk, and you're here, so that's great. It worked out. But yeah, selling Bitcoin, and there's a couple others I was farming. It's pretty hard right now. Not a lot of people are buying. A lot of the currency exchange shut down, especially with all the hacking that was going on. So, but I do know Amazon had a program, so I would look into Amazon. What's it else? Run ads? Like on your website? Because I think you can run ads as long as you put paid promotion on your YouTube. Because that's considered a paid promotion if you're running ads and you get paid for those ads on your YouTube channel. But I hate how long it takes for like my words to go to YouTube, and then response is like, "Oh, we're trying to have a conversation." But
yeah, that part does suck.
Oh, yeah, you can. Why can't you run ads on YouTube? Like as long as you click that little button when you upload your video, unless you're live streaming. I don't know how to do it on live streaming for paid promotion. I'm sure if you just
you gotta have enough subs anyway.
Yeah,
you got 40,000 hours of what is it, like 40? Is it 4,000 hours?
I think it's
of watch
4,000.
time? It's like 4,000 hours watch time and 1,000 subs before you could even get
monetized.
Anyway, yeah.
But like if it's a third party thing, you just have to put paid promotion. Yeah. Well, I mean, I have a lot of experience with that. I don't make any money on YouTube. I do this for the hell of it. But from my research on it, as long as you put paid promotion, you should be able to run ads on yours. But if it's ads for Bitcoin, that might be it might be a conflict of interest.
I don't know about that.
But I don't know. I would just stay away from it. What's that, babe?
He's got 1,000 subs.
Oh, do you have he has 1,000 subs. Nice. Well, then yeah.
Yeah, share your secrets.
No, he has 355.
Yeah, then you would. Oh, he has 355. Well, you have to have 1,000.
He was agreeing with 1,000 thing.
Oh, yeah, that makes a lot more fucking
I'm
sense.
not really paying attention.
Okay, but yeah, like from the research
I'm on it all the time.
Yeah, as long as you put paid promotion and stuff like that, you should be able to run ads, and especially if they're paying you to put ads up. That's kind of the whole point of the paid promotion thing, because it used to be a big no-no. Right? Yeah, I'd love to. Like, I'm not saying like rolling in the dough with the YouTube and stuff, but like getting paid a little bit. It'd be nice to do what I love to do, which YouTube isn't exactly what my ambition was, but whatever gets my music out there.
Well, that's the thing, is that like you can't just totally rely on like with the YouTube, like the actual YouTube itself will like pay you, like from the views and shit like that. You actually have to get into like other shit, like that's why I want to get like some T-shirts and fucking beer huggies and just all this different shit, like just some stuff.
Right.
And I get a Patreon going and try to figure out like some type of reward system, like you go to the different tiers, things like that. Like,
yeah,
I want to get all that shit figured out, because I already have people that say they want to do it. It's just that I need to get the shit figured out first.
The thoughts, they don't even like, especially on Twitch. Like it's fucking pathetic. Like I know how to actually play a video game.
You talk about them like you knew what they were. Like up to 2 months ago, he didn't even know what thought meant.
I know what they are, just didn't know what a thought meant. The thoughts have been around since the dawn of time. They just weren't called thoughts when I was a kid.
I mean,
well, yeah.
like,
we just called them sluts.
No, it's completely different.
That hoe over there, slut, hoe. There's a difference between a slut and a hoe.
A big difference.
Oh, well, semantics, I guess.
Yeah.
But we're all bitches, so.
We were all bitches.
But yeah, it's like, yeah, and they're not even like entertaining to watch. I've never really got, but I never really got like how the thought thing on Twitch and YouTube really took off, because like the big thing that really pet peeves me is like the thoughts in this case that play guitar that don't know how to play guitar. Like, I honestly thought about actually making this video about that, like showing like examples and stuff, which I might very well do soon. Anyway, it infuriates me, and not just because of the slight elitism I still have a problem with, but because I've worked most of my life to be where I'm at musically.
Yeah.
Like ability-wise and stuff like that, and I'm always studying, learning more things.
Yeah.
I'm not satisfied with where I'm at, and I never will be. And then you got these chicks like, I know how to play 3 power chords, and then they just kind of not really even play that, stumbling through it for 5.5 minutes, and then all of their fucking comments are just like, my God, you are amazing! You inspire me to be a great musician someday. It's like, I've watched a cat throw up all over a guitar that sound better than this bullshit, and and I could play the same thing without messing up, and I'd be like, you suck, dude.
Another thing is a lot of these, like, because there is some females that I sub to on my channel that are guitar players and stuff that are actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm not trying to be sexist about this. There's
right, no, I know,
awesome female guitar players out there, but there are a lot more that aren't.
Yeah, I know. And then if you look down to the comment section, it's like there'll be like a handful of dudes that'll be like, yeah, it's really good, blah blah blah, and then there'll be like another handful of dudes, or most of them, that are like, man, I love your tits, or some shit. It's
right?
Like, dude, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
like
and it is kind of disgusting. Like, in a way, like, I wouldn't say disgusting would be the word I would use per se on that, but definitely like the whole thought, like, it's just a bunch of horny dudes just like, oh, your tits.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing with the gamer girls, like not the ones that actually legitimately like are good at it and play the games, like, but the ones that just come on there to like dress sexy. I'm not saying I'm not gay. Like, I like women that wear next to nothing, and
who does, like what guy doesn't?
I'm completely fucking fine with that shit. I'm just saying that don't like come on here and like brag about like
how much of a gamer you are.
What a gamer you are, because if that's what it was about, you know what you're doing when you wear what you wear. You're doing that because that is what puts 14-year-old hard dicks in chairs to sit there and watch your fucking stream. So, like, don't sit there and try to go on about, like, how much gamer you are when it's you can be sitting there fucking drooling on yourself and not even playing the game. And as long as fucking half of your tits are hanging out, and every time you turn around to grab something out from behind the couch, half your butt cheeks are hanging out of your shorts, people are going to come in and they're going to donate to you, and they're going to whatever, because it's that whole fucking being at the strip club mentality. When dudes go to strip clubs and they think that they fork out the big bucks, then they're going to get in this girl's pants tonight.
Right.
No, the only way you're going to get in that girl's pants tonight is if you brought some fucking cocaine with you, because otherwise you are not getting in that girl's fucking pants. And that's just like sleazy ones, but like there are some like strippers.
And Mr. White Tubers kind of brings up the point too. Like, that was kind of what I was going to get at. Is like, why would you even go to Twitch and stuff to watch hot chicks? You can go to like X videos and RedTube and YouPorn and all this shit and actually see them fuck or fuck each other.
Right?
The hot chicks on Twitch are interacting with you.
Yeah.
Maybe that could be it. It's the interaction. Maybe.
That's it. Trust me.
But the problem is a lot of these thoughts don't even interact either. Unless you throw money at them. I guess if you throw money at them, they do tend to go, "Oh, thank you," and then they go back on to like, so
their money.
My boyfriend says that I need a boob job. What do you guys think?
Right. Well, that's the whole being at strip club mentality thing. Is that like at the strip club, the stripper's job is the closer this guy gets to thinking that he might get laid, the more money he's gonna fucking spend. So if she is all up in his face, rubbing her tits up in it, and she keeps winking at him every time she walks by and shit, that guy is gonna sit there all night long and empty his wallet into her panties.
And these people on the internet, they do know that these girls they're giving their money to are on the internet, right? They could be thousands of miles away. You think you're going to get laid?
Right. And then they get upset when, like, the girl turns them down. It's like, well, she never said that you were going to hook up. Like,
at all, yeah.
That was
and then you get those guys that get pissed about that, too. Like, motherfucker, you want to go home. Oh, yeah. It's like, no.
Stalking him and shit. Yeah,
it gets how
crazy.
This works.
Yeah, it's like they get fucking crazy. It's really...
Like, when you're paying the money, you're paying for those boobs to be in your general direction for a little bit longer, and that's basically all you're going to get for that extra money.
Yeah.
I mean, when I went to strip clubs, it was mostly because, and Georgia will say nah, but I mean, the boobs were part of it. Don't get me fucking wrong, I'm not an idiot, and no one else is either. But 80% of it was because I was an alcoholic, and they served booze till 5 o'clock in the morning. So
they stayed open longer, yeah. They stayed open until like 4 or 5 in the morning, and the regular bars would close at like 1 or 2.
Yeah, and there was a bus that would take you to the strip club and then back home. I didn't even have to pay for taxi or nothing. Like, why wouldn't I do that? Like, that made sense. So I would go there, and yeah, I learned from. Not quickly, but quickly enough. Like, my extra money wasn't going to get me anything more, so I'll pay the $10 it took to go through the door and sit in the back table, drink my beer, and look at boobs, and get really drunk and fall asleep on the table, and then wake up with a hat on my head that had some numbers on it, because apparently they did some sort of drawing, and I fell asleep through it.
Well, like, I would go to the strip clubs with, like, my friends sometimes, and fucking the guys would give me shit because I would be sitting there, and yeah, like I said, like, I love a good-looking girl that's dancing around half naked just as much as the next guy that's not gay. But, like,
totally not gay.
But I would sit there and I would
excuse me.
I would be sitting there watching them, and the next thing you know, I'd look down and I'd be like, "Those are some fucking awesome boots."
Boots,
yeah, like
with
boot,
a T,
like,
right?
With T,
footwear,
like big black boots. Yeah, and I would be like, wow, those are fucking cool boots. And then they'd turn and look at me like, what the fuck? And I'm like, dude, do you not see? Those are fucking awesome. Those are cool as shit. Like, I've seen 1,000 pairs of tits, but those are cool fucking boots. Like,
$1 at a time.
Yeah, it's like, but I would say shit like that because
handful of nickels and make it hail.
Make it hail.
Yeah, I was just what Mr. White Tuber said down there. My dad taught me how to spread $10 throughout the night. It's like, yeah, you buy a bunch of nickels, make a hail.
Yeah.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how well that would go.
Ooh.
There was one
Can't
stripper
use your
one
hands.
time. It was me and 2 other friends, and my one friend that came with us, like, he was broke. He didn't have no money, but we wanted him to come with anyway, so we brought him with, and we kind of gave him a little bit of money so he could have it. And that fucking retard spent it immediately. Like, he just sat right up at the rail with his borrowed fucking money and just sat there. And that was for his drinks and for everything. And he sat right up at the rail and just smiled. He was like, he was fucking hilarious. He had his arms like resting on the rail, like just totally leaning onto it. Like, that was as close as he could get. And the girls would come up and dance and shit. And he would just fucking just passing out money like it was like that was his money.
Yeah.
And like, he blew through it all, right?
Mm-hmm.
And me and my other friend went up, and we were sitting next to him because that's where he went. So we were like, fuck it. So we just went up and sat next to him at the rail. And the next thing you know, he's out of money, and because he just blew through it so quick. And then it was so funny. Like, this girl came up and just totally outed him right in front of the whole place. Oh. She like comes dancing over to him and shit. And he's just smiling and shit. And then he never gave her nothing. He's out of money. And then she's like, "Oh, you're out of money, huh?" And she literally said that out loud on stage in front of everybody.
"Oh, you're out of money, aren't you?"
And then she just danced the fuck away.
I love it too when they dance away, just like, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Me and my buddy John laughed so hard about that shit. It's like, you're like, "Oh, you're out of money, huh?" And then just dance the fuck off, just walk the fuck away. Like, I was like, wow. But it wasn't even his money to begin with. Like, he just totally got there, and he got to like drink and like see boobs. whatever else
You
for
gotta see
free.
boobs.
Yeah, so he didn't care.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I learned pretty quickly, like, but I'm always really suspicious when people talk to me, like, and like approach me to talk to me about personal things, which is what they like to
What do
do.
you want?
It's like, yeah, exactly. What do you want? Like when my kids say "I love you," what do you want?
What do you want?
Yeah, it's not because you love me. It's you want something. You want something that I have apparently, and in the stripper's case, it was probably not my penis, and I knew that. So it's just like, oh, so what do you do for a living? Like, are you either you're prospecting or trying to figure out how much money you can suck out of me before my median income won't allow it anymore.
Well, see, that's the thing is they'll always come over here and like they all will try to get you to pay for a dance.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's their job. I mean, that is their job.
Get
Is
it.
to try to get you to
I'm not like
pay for
criticizing.
dance,
I just find it amusing is all. Like,
yeah.
It makes sense to try to like first kind of feel it out. Like, you know, what do you do for a living? Like, you know, I'm a CEO of a Fortune 500 company. Like, I'll suck your dick. I don't care what strip club you're at. I'll suck your dick.
Like, I deliver pizzas. Oh, okay. And then just start talking to the next guy.
Dance on over to the other guy.
Dance on over to the other guy. So what do you do?
What do you do? Yeah.
Like, you need your money more than I do. I'm just going to go over here and talk to these guys.
We started talking about strip clubs. Why?
Because it always gets
We were
back.
talking about thoughts online.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's right. And we went from thought to guitar players. That pissed me off. I am gonna probably do a live stream with that because that'd be a good way to kind of keep the ball rolling. But I'm gonna probably advertise that days in advance. But yeah, because I've been wanting to do a video about that for a while anyway. It drives me. I mean, what power do I have? But still, I want to yell about it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the double standard and the ironicness of, you know, how, I mean,
Irony.
The irony. Yeah, sorry. Words.
What did you
not
say?
My thing. Ironicness.
The ironicness.
Yeah.
I love how George is always sitting in the background looking just all nonchalant. Like if anybody were like sitting here watching this video or watching this stream right now, they would not realize that she's the other person talking right now because she's not looking. She doesn't look like she's part of it. But
Yeah, the girl voice you guys are hearing is is her right there.
She's like just casually in the background, like scrolling around on the computer.
Yeah, that's my wife.
She'll just kind of like throw in her 2 cents every once in a while, and it's fucking hilarious. I love it. I said, it always reminded me of like Robin on Howard Stern, like how she would just correct him sometimes, and it was fucking great. Like the chemistry was hilarious, and like you guys do the same shit, and like it's just it's not even like
Thank you, Mr. White
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Oh, sweet, awesome.
I can't say this because this stream was going pretty nowhere for a while, but now I got a sub out of it. I'll take it.
Oh yeah, right. See, there you go. You're about to sign off, and then all of a sudden, dude comes along, and there you go.
Yeah, I actually do mostly music, but I will be doing more live streams too. It'll probably just end up being this. Like, I try to make it about, like, this is going to be the subject for today, but it always ends up going to dicks and tits. It's just...
Well, that's like me and Gunk. Like, whenever he's streaming or something, it's like, we'll start out on the subject, and then whenever I hop in there, we just end up getting drunk and listening to music.
Yeah.
And then it just, the whole idea of what the stream was supposed to be just goes to shit, and it just turns into, like, getting drunk and playing music, and that's it.
And especially with him, because he has so many people in his chat, too. Like, it divides that chat.
Right.
And that's the hilarious part, too, because you got people like us. We're like, yeah, like, I love, you know, Old Nude Flames, and we like to listen to Pantera. Well, he's all about Pantera. And then, like, I don't even like metal. All they do is scream.
Right.
It's like, you listen to country, all they do is talk about fucking their sisters, and you're okay with that?
Well, see, that's why with my streams, like, I don't, like, you know me, like, I don't even have a subject when I start out. Like, there's
you're just
no
like,
subject.
here's some words.
My streams go straight into, like, just fucking hanging out, listening to music, and drinking. Like, it just goes straight into that, because I'm like, if I try to fucking start it out with a subject, like I'll do, like, my cocksmoker of the week and all that bullshit, but I'm saying, like, as far as, like, a subject for the stream, there isn't one. It's just whatever the fuck you want to talk about, that's what we talk about. You want to talk about dicks? We'll talk about dicks.
Always dicks. Almost always comes
At
up.
some point, it's going to come back to that anyway.
It's going to be a dick. And I don't even... Yeah, I don't know.
Free range is whatever the fuck. There's no point. Because every time I'm on anybody else's stream where we start out on a subject, it just ends up going off the fucking rails somewhere else. And like tonight. Like, we just kind of went, whatever, fuck it.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. I am definitely getting sleepy.
Yeah, I gotta be up for 4 hours for work.
Oh, fuck that shit.
I might actually even stream tomorrow night. Or tonight, actually, now that it is Saturday.
Yeah, we have no kids.
Yeah, we have no kids. I might actually have some fucking mead and get stupid. And I'm gonna prime up some videos.
John, I know he told you about the last time he had that, right?
No.
Oh.
Okay. We were at Skylar's memorial, and he got so drunk that when we're leaving, we go outside. And he's like, "I gotta pee." I'm like, "Okay." So he walks over to the side of we were in like a machine shed or something.
Yeah.
So he walks over to the side of it, and he unzips his pants and he puts his hand up on the thing, and he thinks he's holding himself up, right? And I'm standing behind him. He's pushing himself off the wall, trying to fall backwards, and I gotta hold him up while he's peeing. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't realize that's what was happening. I just remember I had a hard time keeping my balance because I was so drunk, and I haven't been this drunk in years.
Not only was it him, but Kale was there too.
Yeah, he was.
And Kale thought he was helping Jacob up, but in reality, like, I'm holding them both up because Jacob's pushing them both away from the wall. It's just, oh lord.
I was so drunk.
Geez.
I haven't been like drunk in a long time, let alone like that drunk. I haven't been that drunk in even a longer time.
The entire way home, he was talking about how he loves me and he loves the kids. He's a lovey-dovey drunk.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. I guess it's better than an angry drunk, especially with 5 kids.
Especially with all the stop signs here in town.
Oh, that's vodka. I'm pretty sure I told you that story, John, didn't I?
I don't know.
Well, the Reader's Digest version. I was living in Champaign. I just moved out. Flanagan, like it was right after high school, and I was we were living in an apartment. It was 6 of us living in this 2-bedroom apartment, and we were drinking vodka. I was pretty new to drinking still, and got real stupid drunk, blackout drunk. I don't remember nothing. I remember blacking out, and that's it. Next morning, I wake up on the couch in the living room with a shovel laying next to me. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just confused, but like, I didn't say it because I was pretty fucking hungover, but I was really confused. And Jamie, this guy, just so we're clear, his name was Jamie, cool dude. He's sitting in the recliner, high, smoking weed, fuck. He sees me wake up, just look confused, he starts laughing his ass off. And I look up at him and I'm like, what happened? And he's like, alright dude, so you drank all that vodka right there. Like, there was just like a couple bottles of vodka just sitting there. Like, you drank all of that. And you just got real quiet and sat there. And John, you see me when I get that kind of drunk where I just get quiet. Yeah. Like, I just got real quiet. And then all of a sudden, I just stood up in a hurry and ran out the door. And of course, everyone's like, "The fuck!" So they all came following me. In this big apartment complex, I go to the shed, and I kick the door in, and reach for the first thing I see object-wise in there was a shovel, and don't know why. Yeah, I go to the first stop sign. I knocked them over. I dig them out of the ground. Like, fuck these stop signs. I don't know why I was on this stop sign hating tangent. I do this to 2 of them, and then I get down to the big one in the main intersection to this apartment complex, and I just unleash all the fury, and I tackle it and break it off into the ground. I stand back up after this, like, just kind of like nothing happened, pretty much, just like, oh, okay. And walk back to the apartment, lay down with the shovel, fall asleep. No more vodka.
We theorize it's because the stop sign was telling him what to do, and we know how Jacob loves that.
I will not stop.
Do not tell me to stop. You cannot tell me what to do. No one.
You can't stop me.
And it can't because I went through it. I destroyed it.
Because I have a shovel.
The shovel makes me
some
impervious.
fucking reason.
I don't. And everyone's like, why? And I can't fucking tell you why. I don't know why I did it.
Yeah, sometimes when you're drinking, you do things you really don't have an explanation for. Other than
Just like it just happened. I'm just like, oh, like it makes sense. My shoulder hurted. Hurted. It hurted. No, fuck it. I'm standing by that. Hurted. It hurted. I had a shovel. I was dirty. I was still kind of wet from like the dew because it was like 3 a.m. when I did this. So like the pieces added up, and I saw the stop signs destroyed and dug up. So I was like, okay. So no vodka for me, and so I switched to whiskey. And I mean, I know it's technically not a thing where like vodka makes me angry, but whiskey makes me fine, or vice versa. I know that's not how it is, but I can't afford to go to jail.
And we're back down to 3 watchers.
Right, yeah.
Pretty sure that's me.
Yeah, jail sucks.
Yeah, I think he bounced, which is cool, because
That's awesome.
that was cool, he subbed, but alright, now I'm going to get off here for real.
Okie dokie.
Alright.
He's gonna get off.
He said get off.
Alright. So, I switched off 3, so I'm not going to go to bye, everyone. But if anyone watches in the future,
Bye, everyone.
thank you for watching for 3.5 hours. Sorry, this is boring as fuck. I'm probably gonna stream tomorrow. I'm pretty sure. We'll see. I'm not gonna make any promises
If you're
until.
watching this 3 months from now, that makes no difference.
I'm gonna stream 2 months and 30 days ago. Perhaps. I don't know yet. We'll find out. But I'm gonna eat something and fall asleep. So thanks for chiming in, John. It's always nicer to have when you're in here because it's easier for me to keep going.
Well, yeah, I saw the notification popped up on my phone, and I was like, oh shit. So, yeah, I got up and started getting my shit together here. So,
All right, end the stream.
all right.